HD1 New York and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Happy NFL free agency eve. We're almost there, baby.
I'm worried about you, Evan.
Why? I'm excited.
Yeah, you are, but you're going away this weekend. It's spring training for the Mets. You're going to interview Aaron Boone for some reason on the Rico. You're going to have all this, stupid energy. I just feel like you're going to say something stupid today.
Me?
Yeah. I just really do.
When do I ever say something stupid?
I don't know. I'm just feeling this. You got this energy. You're ready to travel.
Oh, boy.
Go down to the South Florida. It's going to be it's going to be steamy. You're getting in baseball mind. So your football mind, I think, might be a little bit crazy.
All right, let's find out. Let's see if I say anything stupid today. I do know that we have some stupid opinions on today's show because we are bringing back the very popular segment, Are You Kidding Me? Later today. There were 4 very weird sports opinions ushered here or offered here on WFAN. We will go through it, and we will pick a winner this week coming up at 12 noon today. So that's coming up. I can't wait. Tiki will explain what the restructuring of Devin Singletary's contract actually means and more evidence that Derek Carr really wants to be a New York Jet. But yesterday, and I say this with the experience of being a Nets fan, and I know that's weird, but when the Brooklyn Nets were trying to rebuild and they didn't have any draft picks, they did something very interesting about a decade ago. They would absorb bad contracts to get draft picks. In fact, they're still doing that, where they would take back a bad contract. They would use their salary cap space as a weapon to add to their draft load. And yesterday, and it was not my idea, but I was enamored by it. Now I'm worried that Tiki's going to think this is the stupid idea. Yesterday, over the course of talking about Tua and his untradeable contract.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua?
All right, you can stop right there.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm not even a huge fan of Tua.
Okay.
But an unnamed executive told Jonathan Jones of CBS Sports that for a team to take Tua's contract, which is a bad one,
yes,
the Dolphins would have to offer a first-round pick. And as soon as I saw that...
Wait, so the Dolphins would get rid of Tua, but then also have to give a first-round pick?
Correct. They would have to entice a team to take back a bad contract.
And that bad? He's not that bad.
Well, the contract is, and yes. I think
got it.
Look, he's damaged goods. Let's just have an open conversation about him. He's young, so I had him a little bit higher on my quarterback chart, only because when you're young, there's always that chance. But the reality is he's not a healthy player. And I would be very surprised if Tua turned his career around. It would not surprise me as much if Kyler Murray turned his career around.
Right.
But this is not about Tua, and that's what I don't want people to get lost in. As a New York Jet fan, with oodles of cap space this year and next year, and no clear plan at quarterback, I absolutely would be interested in absorbing that abomination of a contract if they're going to give me a first-round pick. Now, does that qualify as a stupid opinion? Or am I just smarter than everybody else?
You're going to make me think about this for a second. Because if Miami is stupid enough to give you Tua, and it's a big contract you got to take on. I'm just looking at the number right now. His cap hit for 2026 is $56 million.
And that's the cap hit for the team that acquires him. So I go into this eyes wide open, ladies and gentlemen. The Jets would be eating up more than half their cap space to absorb this contract. But in the hypothetical Jonathan Jones puts out there, we'd be getting a first-round pick. And let me tell you something. That's valuable.
So you're getting a first-round pick. Would it be this year or next year? Because if it's next year, then I can see it. Because we already have talked about this. I believe the Jets need a win. This is why I've always said Kirk Cousins fits what Aaron Glenn and Frank Reich want to do offensively. So go get Kirk Cousins. You win some games, and it doesn't even matter because you have 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
So if you're good but not quite good enough, and you're picking 10th, you can get to number 1.
Yeah.
If you want to, because you have enough picks. Now, if it's another first-round pick, so you're taking a shot instead of Kurt. It's now Tua Tagovailoa.
Correct.
And you have 4 first-round picks in 2027. That actually might be interesting.
You're damn right it
because
would be.
Tua, as much as we kind of, I guess, mock is the way to think about him, because he just can't stay healthy. A lot of people started, saying his career was going to be over because of all the concussions. He really hasn't had an issue in the last year or so, even though he's had other injuries. But when he's healthy, he led the league in passing yards one year. Like, we forget that. He had 4,600 yards a couple of years ago. He threw a ton of touchdowns in some of those seasons, but he's been massively inconsistent. So it's a roll of the dice, like a major roll of the dice. However, if you get a first-round pick for him as well, and it's next year, it's worth it.
Well, that's what it's about. I want to make this very clear, and I'll give you another cross-sport comparison because I think that the idea of trading for Tua makes people barf, and they're not going to listen to anything else. So I have to be very descriptive to try to show you why this makes sense.
Right.
Many, many years ago, the New York Mets made a trade for Robinson Cano. Or did they? They made a trade for Edwin Diaz. But to get Edwin Diaz, they had to take back a really bad contract. His name is Robinson Cano. If we put aside our issues with Diaz leaving, was it a good trade? The answer is yes. It's one of the better trades the Mets have ever made.
Right.
I'll give you another cross-sport comparison. I know there's not a lot of Net fans out there, but when they traded Cam Johnson to the Denver Nuggets and got back a really valuable future first-round pick for the Denver Nuggets, they also got Michael Porter, who was viewed as a negative contract.
Right.
They were taking on a bad contract to get a future first-round pick. Well, I got news for you. That bad contract isn't that bad anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what it's similar to. So get it out of your ears that they would be trading for Tua. They'd be trading for an incredibly valuable first-round pick. And to answer your question, I want next year's first-round pick.
Not this year's, next year's.
Yes.
Next year's put you in position, no matter what happens with Tua. Let's just say Tua figures it out. Frank Reich is his dude. That he thrives. He's only 28 this coming season.
He just turned 28.
He's 28. He's year 28 season. Maybe he's your guy, and all of a sudden, you don't have to spend it on a quarterback.
Yeah, but you see what you did right there? I don't like what you did right there.
Because you're also going to draft a quarterback this year, right?
But you're
at some point, third round, whoever it may be. I don't know who Drew Allard, right? You take him late. He had so much potential, but obviously his injury history last season derailed his draft status for this upcoming draft. But you draft him, you basically stash him. Tua is your starting quarterback. He's okay. You might not have to draft a quarterback in 2027.
I don't like what you're doing here.
Why?
Because you're going to distract people. This isn't about Tua.
I'm not distracting.
Yes, because now people are going to get...
it is about Tua?
It's not, though. Tua! Like, I'm telling you, I think Tua's done. I think Tua's cooked. It's not about him. It's about using cap space and absorbing that abhorrent contract to get an insanely valuable first-round pick. And here's the problem with this brilliant idea. It's not good for Aaron Glenn. It's not, because it's going to hurt their chances of building their roster in this offseason. I get that. It's going to eat up a lot of their cap space. It's going to make Aaron Glenn's job more difficult in 2026. But I'm a Jet fan for the rest of my life.
Right.
I'm a Jet fan for the long haul. And for the long haul, tell me why you wouldn't do this, Jet fans. And don't get distracted by Tiki trying to convince you Tua's good. He's not good. But that's not the point.
But he has been good.
Okay.
My point is, why bring a player on your team if he's not good? Like, at some point, you have to start building your team with talented players. And I get that the quarterback market is not ideal for the New York Jets right now. This is both in free agency, via trade, or in the draft, because it's a one core QB draft this year,
right?
And that's Fernando Mendoza, maybe Ty Simpson, but we know what we're talking about here. It's going to be hard for the Jets to find that guy who helps them win. And the last thing you want to do is put mediocre players on a team that has been mediocre for a long time.
Sure.
And so if you're not all in on Tua, for Tua to maybe evolve into that guy, what's the point?
Well, the point is...
Because it's going to get your coach fired.
No. The point is to use your cap space as a weapon. And again, this is not my first rodeo with this, because I saw a basketball team do it.
Yeah.
I also saw, and I'll give you a football example so that there is history to back this up, on a different scale, I'll admit, is when the Houston Texans had to entice the Browns to trade for Brock Osweiler, and they included a second-round pick to make it happen.
I forgot about that.
Now, here's what happened with that. The Browns immediately cut Brock Osweiler.
Yes.
So... could the Jets do something like that? I guess. They could also try to restructure the contract so it's not a cap hit of $54 million. There are options on how to bring Tua in and not have it be just this massive cap hit in year one. But the Cleveland Browns were given a second-round pick just to take back Brock Osweiler. and they used it to draft Nick Chubb. So I'm not saying that's the end-all, be-all, but here's what I will tell you, Jet fans. If you use cap space as a weapon against the Dolphins and take back Tua's contract, screw Tua. I don't forget him for a second.
Right.
Because this conversation.
But you can't forget him. He's got $56 million on the cap.
Forget that.
And he's either going to be good or mediocre.
Okay, forget about that aspect of it because I'm absorbing cap space to get back an incredibly valuable draft pick next year that, by the way, knowing the Miami Dolphins as LOL as we are, it could be a top 5 pick.
Right.
Are you freaking kidding me? So between us probably tanking and them sucking, we could have 2 top 5 picks. Is that worth it, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, it is. Forget Tua. That's worth it.
Yeah, but you're kicking the can. I just don't like kicking the can. And it's because of what we briefly talked about yesterday, what happens to a head coach's career record. And Aaron Glenn is a year away from just being a losing coach, right? He becomes one of those guys who you look at his record and that's who you think he is.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he could conceivably be a better coach than that, you are what your record says you are.
Yeah.
It's a cliche that's been as long as football, at least modern football, and it works because it's true. Aaron Glenn's got to win. He really does.
This isn't appealing to Aaron Glenn unless Aaron Glenn believes, hey, Tua's 28 years old. I believe he's actually going to stay healthy. We'll put him in a really good position to succeed with this offensive line and the weapons he has.
Yep.
And there's still good left in him. Now, I happen to not think there's that much good left in him.
Yeah.
But if Aaron Glenn believes that, that's how you can convince him. But Jet fans, keep this in mind because I read a great article by Michael Narnia of Jets X Factor, and I respect him. Basically, why they can't trade for Tua, why they can't acquire Tua. And I respect it.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that Tua is the answer. What I'm arguing, and Jet fans, tell me if I can sell you on it, 888-808-1019, is cap space is awesome. But cap space can also be used as an enticement to get draft picks. And I want you to imagine next year. Next year is likely going to suck. I hate to admit it. It's probably going to suck. Now imagine if every Dolphin loss was so good for us due to a draft pick. That would make the season 56 times more fun.
Right.
The Dolphins lose, we win. It's like what I deal with the Nick Net Mikal Bridges trade, except you guys are too good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I get to root against my rival knowing that their losses benefit me. Now, would the Dolphins do this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Are the Dolphins dumb enough and desperate enough, the Double Ds, to say, hey, we're going to give up an incredibly valuable pick to clear cap space? I don't know. If they're trying to win this year, maybe they will.
But they clearly are trying to move on from Tua Tagovailoa.
Yes.
That's correct, right?
Yes.
We know that for a fact.
Yes, they're either going to try to trade him or they're going to fire him.
I'd love to fire his ass.
Or they're going to cut him.
Right.
And then someone will sign him as a reclamation project. But in the meantime, they are trying to trade him. And I'd have that conversation. And again, because people only hear the big words, they only hear the headlines. This is not about Tua. If you call up today and say, Evan, you're an idiot, Tua sucks. No kidding.
Okay.
It's about the cap space.
Right.
And I have experience with this as a Net fan. It's smart, it's ingenuity, and it works.
Right. So my short thought on this is when you bring in a guy who's going to play, he don't really want, you get the Russell Wilson situation. And that was not good last year. So you're shoehorning him in for no reason. And again, I think the Jets are drafting a quarterback at some point in this draft. Wouldn't you rather just play that guy? Right? If he's ready, wouldn't you rather just do that as opposed to we're positioning ourselves from a year from now. We're going to lose. It's going to hurt the reputation of our head coach. He might get fired. The morale sucks. Nobody wants to come here because we're still the LOL Jets. And look at this. You got Tua, and you just did it for draft picks, and he sucked, and you still suck.
Let me answer that question this way. Before I even answer it, do you think, and this is the $1 million question, this is how to simplify this argument in the easiest way possible. Do you think a cap hit of $56 million is worth a potential top 5 draft pick in the NFL?
I mean,
simple question. Answer it. Yes or no? Is it? I think it is.
$56 million.
That could be your future
so
quarterback.
You're now not. That's a free agent or two that you're not putting on this team.
I agree. Cam Curl, who just re-signed, we wouldn't have been able to sign him. Yes. And that sucks. But next year, we're good. Next year, the Jets are going to have $160 million in cap space.
How long are you kicking the can? It's like, all right, boop. let's kick that thing to 27.
Tiki,
All right, next year. And then next year, you're going to be like, God, these guys kind of sucked in college. I don't really want any of them. Let's kick it another year. Like, you can't keep kicking the can.
I don't like kicking the can, but I'm also looking at the options and being able to acquire in this alternate world.
Kirk Cousins can win now.
And what does that do for me? Seriously, great.
You win now, you draft who you need next year. That's what it is for me. And you're not spending $56 million on your cap this season, so that free agent build that is necessary for a lot of teams, and particularly the Jets, can happen now.
All right, so final verdict. Your answer is no. You would not absorb the Tua contract to get a first-round pick next year.
Not unless you believe that Tua can be your short-term future.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just want the draft
So
pick.
that means no.
That means no. Now, for you guys, the New York Football Giants, as we sit here.
No, we don't want Tua. What are you talking about?
No.
That's the crazy thing. Tua is your backup to Jackson Dart. Oh, hell no.
I didn't say that. I'm asking you, as the face of Giant fandom right now, on the eaves of free agency, give me the number one thing you want to have break Monday at 12 noon.
Tremaine Edmonds.
And he's available
and
now.
And he's now really available because, I'm sure we all saw this yesterday, he was cut by the Chicago Bears because they couldn't find a trade partner. His number was, it's high, but it's not exorbitant high. He's $13.9 million or so cap hit, but
and he's young. He's in the prime of his career. And
he's 28 years old. Joe Shane was on the staff that drafted him in Buffalo in the first round a few years ago, and so there's some familiarity about his resume. He was a Pro Bowler when he was with Buffalo, not necessarily with the Chicago Bears, but that's probably because of the Bears and their Matt Eberflus-led team before last year with Ben Johnson. And so I think he's a good player. You can get him relatively, I think, cheap on the cap. Like, the deal might be big, but the cap hit will be small.
Right.
And it's the biggest area of need. So to me, I want to see Tremaine Edmonds and potentially one of these available offensive linemen get signed.
I expect Tremaine Edmonds to be a Giant because we had heard about Chicago trying to trade him, and we had heard about the Giants trying to trade Kayvon Thibodeau. And my gut would be that the Giants realize, you know what, this guy's just going to sign with us.
Yes.
So let's wait Chicago out. Let's hope no one else trades for him. Let him be released, which happened, and then we'll give up nothing.
Yeah.
And then if we trade Kayvon Thibodeau, it can be for a different asset.
Right. Now we can fill whatever need we have. And so to me, I want to see an impact linebacker. Tremaine Edmonds is the premier free agent that's available right now. Now there's some other guys available as well. Roquan Smith and some others. I'm forgetting. What's the guy from Detroit we talked about yesterday? Anzalone.
Yep.
He's
going to be a Jet, so get your hands off.
He's going to be highly sought after because of how impactful he's been.
He's actually not going to be a Jet. You know what's going on with him? He's going to use the Jets.
Yeah, probably.
And then sign somewhere else.
Right.
Unfortunately.
But he's a good impact player. He's 30 or 31, so it's a short-term type deal. So it's for a team that wants to win and needs to win now. So I don't know if that's necessarily the Jets.
So Giant fans, what do you want? And Jet fans, would you take on that abhorrent contract if it meant getting an incredibly valuable first-round pick? We'll get your calls coming up. 888-808-1019 is the number. Plus, we have been on this for months now that Derek Carr wants to be a New York Jet. We have even more evidence now that Derek Carr still wants to be a New York Jet. We'll play it for you coming up in the next 10 minutes. We'll get to some baseball later on as well. And, of course, we'll talk to you throughout the day. 888-808-1019. Our friends at Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is also sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery.
We're getting ready for another season of Yankees and Mets baseball on WFAN.
Going on deep drive right field, hit hard, and is screaming out of here.
We've got all the bases covered with breaking news, analysis, and good old-fashioned New York sports talk on The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
This Rutgers report is brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. Let's be healthy together. The Rutgers men's basketball team dropped a tight game in East Lansing Thursday night, 91-87 to number 8 Michigan State. RU trailed by 1 at the half, but that's when Carr and the Spartans went on a 15-2 run to take control. The Scarlet Knights had a furious comeback come up short, and head coach Steve Peichel knows that one run by Michigan State was the difference.
It's a 40-minute game. Obviously, you're playing a ranked team with, great seniors and what have you. So, we play hard. Our guys are getting better. To come on the road in this environment and 87 points, but, defense, you got to play better on the defensive end, and those 4 minutes killed us.
Peichel was my guest on the postgame show. Sunday, Rutgers is home for the regular season finale as they take on Penn State. Then it's off to the Big Ten tournament in Chicago next week. The 11th-ranked Rutgers wrestling team is at Penn State this weekend for the Big Ten championships, and the baseball team is hosting Bryant this weekend. That's the Rutgers Report. I'm Jerry Recco on Sports Radio 101.9 FM, The Fan.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on 0 down payment, super low lease payments, 0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Declaration of Deal sales event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign, $51.98. Add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Hey, this is Tiki Barber. Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency Carrier system, and there's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas, so get your system checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park
from way downtown for a beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear. Extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup cost, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local deliveries, sign up today at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-30 3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Your official home to talk New York sports is WFAN. Call us anytime at 888-808-1019. The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Even more proof. And we've already supplied it for the last few weeks, but we have even more proof that Derek Carr plans on being with the New York Jets in 2026. We'll play that for you coming up in the next 5 minutes. But let's get to some of your phone calls on this very busy Friday. The WBC is here. Some thoughts on that a little bit later on. And obviously football with free agency beginning in 72 hours. And also keep it right here because Connor's got the glass right next to him. It is the NHL trade deadline day. So any significant trade involving our local teams, you'll hear the glass break. We'll give you an update.
Wait, where's our resident hockey guy?
He took off.
Oh, Sean. Oh, that's right. Sean is off on NHL trade deadline day. Just wanted to point that out.
We all have a right to take vacation. Sean picks the weirdest times. So not only
I don't think it's him. I think it's his wife.
It's his wife? Okay. He's not only
and
missing...
she don't care.
He's missing the NHL trade deadline today, and then Monday is his last day of vacation, and that's when free agency starts. And here's how clueless he is. He says, but guys, don't worry. Free agency really doesn't begin until 3 o'clock. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It begins at noon.
Exactly.
So,
and it's all going to happen by the time our show's over.
I know.
NFL free agency is quick.
It's quick, man.
It's already done.
We're going to be on the air breaking it down. Sean will be back Tuesday. We're like, yeah, it's old news.
Right.
Also, keep an eye on Monday. I am flying back from spring training Monday morning. Mm-hmm. My plane is landing at 8:45 a.m.
Let's hope no weather.
Hopefully no weather.
There is no weather, I think. It's finally starting to get nice.
Do you think I will make it from Newark Airport to downtown New York City for the beginning of our show at 10 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monday, people still work from home.
I love it.
Mondays and Fridays. Non-days.
What a gig. What a gig if you could get it.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I miss the opening of the show, it's a no biggie situation because Tiki Barber solo.
It's all good.
He's got it all figured out.
I mean, we got tons to talk about.
I know. It's a perfect day for you.
And if nothing happens, we're still going to have tons to talk about.
That's a good point.
What the hell are you doing?
That's a good point. All right, we'll get to the Derek Carr stuff in the next 5 minutes. Let's get to some of your calls. Lawrence in Oklahoma City. What's up, Lawrence?
Hey, thanks for getting me on, guys. I just don't know why I haven't heard anything about Spencer Rattler making a comeback somewhere. I thought he was playing good ball last year, and I was kind of surprised to see Tyler Shuck step in it, but he was drafted high, so I would just love to see Spencer get a shot somewhere.
I think Spencer Rattler is like that perfect. There are different tiers to the quarterbacks, and I think you've got your young, got potential, not starting with his current team option.
Yeah.
And he's one of them, but what I'd wonder about with New Orleans is, do they want to hold on to him?
Right.
As a backup. You know, it's the same thing we talk about with Tanner McKee in Philadelphia, where there's a value. Mac Jones in San Francisco, there's a value to you being a backup.
True, but he just wasn't impressive. He's a young player who's not really going to push to be a starter, and he's not seasoned enough to be that veteran backup that sits behind you at the clipboard and advises and helps the starter be better. He's just in a weird spot.
Yeah.
He kind of has to hang on for a couple more years before he's viewed as that reliable backup quarterback. Think about a guy like, Mitch Trubisky's different because he actually started and won some games in Chicago, but you know what I'm talking about. That guy who has been around for 3 or 4 years, never was really a starter, but he's been around and on a couple of teams, you trust him.
Right.
Because he knows football. And so it's actually kind of what Tommy DeVito's going to become. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Been around for 4 years now. You just kind of trust him as a knowledge guy, but also if he has to play, you know he's going to give you some energy.
I have no issue with bringing in a guy like Spencer Rattler. Like, I'm more drawn in by him than Jacoby Brissett.
Yes.
And it's not a knock on Jacoby Brissett. It's just that I like the idea of someone young enough who can just put it all together. Likely or not. I mean, that's sort of the appeal of a Tua.
Right.
I don't believe in him at all, but he's 28 years old.
Of course.
And there's a better...
And he's played a lot of football.
No doubt. And forget the money for a second and my whole point about absorbing a draft pick. I'll say this again, and I did it on my big board quarterback list. If you gave me the choice as a Jet fan between watching Kirk Cousins for a full season or Tua Tagovailoa, it's actually pretty easy.
Tua Tagovailoa.
And that's not believing in him. That's he's young where at least there's a shot. Kirk Cousins he's a mummy. He's 30.
He's not a mummy.
Dude, he's got no future here.
I mean, of course he doesn't. But you're drafting your future next year. So you might as well start winning.
I'd rather have someone young with the small possibility of them putting it together than a mummy. Let's go to Anthony up in Toronto. What's up, Anthony?
A mummy.
Hey, guys. So I called yesterday about the hot topic for the running back situation over in New York for the Giants.
Yep.
You guys actually did a fantastic job in convincing me that a signing like Ken Walker actually may make a lot of sense. You actually hit the nail on the head. I am a huge Cam Scadaboo fan, and I think that's kind of blinding me for what actually Ken Walker can do for this team.
Right.
But my question's for you, Tiki. So they just restructured the contract of Devin Singletary.
Yes.
So does that kind of show their hand that they're not going to be into the market? And also, does that maybe make Tyrone Tracy expendable?
I mean, not really. So the Devin Singletary restructure is essentially a pay cut. We don't know the nature of the cut, but his cap hit was $6 million. I think it was $6.9 million. And so by taking a pay cut, this isn't like extending, spreading it out, giving him a signing bonus and extending his deal. This was a straight pay cut. The reason he's valuable is because if you don't replace him or fill the running back room with someone who is a very effective short yardage runner, because that's what he was. That's mostly what he was used for. Think about it. It was always on the goal line. It was Devin Singletary.
Right.
He is a above average pass blocker. So on third down situations, you can rely on him to protect your quarterback. Whereas Tyrone Tracy was okay, but not really. And Cam Scadaboo, to be fair, and he's a rookie, and it is what it is. He sucked pass blocking last year. And so you can't go into an offseason not having a running back who can do those two things. So you re-sign him, it doesn't mean, or restructure him, it doesn't mean he's not also going to get cut.
Right.
So I know it sounds like, oh, we kept Devin Singletary by restructure. He's still not safe for the season.
If they're genuinely interested in Kenneth Walker or even drafting Jeremiah Love, they're not new to the idea that they could have restructured Devin Singletary.
Right. And by the way,
that doesn't change.
Remember what we talked about yesterday? The percentage of the cap hit?
It's very low.
With Devin Singletary, it was like 4-point-something% of the cap. Now it's even less than that.
Right.
So even with those 3 running backs on the team, actually there's 5 running backs on the team, they still can add and not be at this ridiculous percentage of cap number for your running back room. So they could still look at a running back.
If you go back about a month, because we have been talking about this for a while, we listened to Derek Carr and David Carr's podcast, their YouTube show, and it was their Christmas special, and Derek Carr went out of his way to talk about how much he loves Aaron Glenn, how much he loves Jet fans, and then there was this awkward, funny exchange where his brother said, "Why are you wearing green?" And he's like, "Oh, it's for Christmas."
Right.
And we played it and had fun with it, and it certainly sounded like Derek Carr was openly flirting with the New York Jets,
right,
possibly coming out of retirement and joining the Jets. This narrative has been furthered based on something that happened between these two guys yesterday on their show. And I'd like to play it for you. So the two guys were doing kind of what Tiki and I do, quarterback bingo.
Yep.
They were going through all these free agents and predicting where that guy would end up. And then they got to Derek Carr. So here's the exchange between Derek Carr describing himself and then David Carr predicting where he would end up. He's not technically a free agent, but if he was a free agent.
Okay, last quarterback.
Okay, quarterback.
Free agency, veteran.
Where are they going?
Okay, good golfer. Okay, loves his family.
Interesting.
Loves the Lord.
Oh.
Derek Carr.
We already established that you weren't a free agent, but
Derek.
he's going to guys. I hate to break it to you.
Bleep.
Did you hear that last one?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the last bleep? They tried to bleep out David Carr's prediction.
Yes.
And the first time you just hear a lot of music.
Right.
But the second time, we've isolated it. Take a listen.
He's going to guess.
I mean, it's obvious.
He's going to guess.
He is saying the Jets.
So they tried to refix this thing.
They tried to bleep out David Carr's prediction of his brother.
Right.
And the first time you don't hear anything, but that second time is clear as day.
He's going to guess.
You agree, he says Jets, right?
That's what it sounds like.
Guys, we got to stop screwing around. They have been telling us this for months. We have been exposing this at every turn.
That's true.
Derek Carr plans on being with the New York Jets. I mean, it's obvious.
We're the freaking New York
Jets.
Isn't it obvious now?
It is obvious. Except I don't think he's actually coming out of retirement.
So why is he doing this?
Because he's just trying to get attention. If it's even him, if this is not some AI creation.
What do you mean AI creation? This is them doing their show. They have a whole YouTube show.
I know they do, but I mean, you don't know. It's manipulable.
It's not AI. There's two options here. Yes, Derek Carr is just screwing with us.
That's what I think it more is.
Thinking they're the dumbest and most gullible fan base, so I'll give them the meat.
It's not even a gullible fan base. It's just, how can I create attention?
What better way to get likes and subscribers to your podcast than to just flirt that you're going to go back to the NFL?
Yeah, and especially the Jets.
Be a Jet.
Right. Let me tap into this New York audience who have especially crazy Jet fans.
The Jets are a sewer.
And then get them talking about me, and all of a sudden my podcast has 100,000 new viewers.
You know what? I'm open to anything, so here's what I tell you about Derek Carr, who I've never had a love or a hate for. He's just always been a solid quarterback around. I've tried to evaluate him in a fair way.
Okay.
If this guy comes back and goes somewhere else, he was a manipulating bastard.
Yes.
And it's annoying to me. But I don't think that's what's going on. You heard him. He loves the Lord. He's like a good guy.
And that's because Aaron Glenn does. That's where he wants to be.
We can get into the weeds on why would he want to be a Jet. It could be as simple as this. Can I give you a weird reason why Derek Carr would pick the Jets?
Why?
Number one, yes, he trusts Aaron Glenn. Likes him.
Right.
Good relationship. Number two, maybe he looks at the offensive line and says, feel great about that. Let's just stop right there. Offensive line, check. Maybe he looks at Garrett Wilson and says, whoa, okay, this is a legitimate number one receiver. Check.
Right.
Maybe he looks at Breece Hall and says, great, I got a run game.
I would say that too.
And then he looks,
got a good offensive line. I got some pieces. I'm good.
Then he looks at the cap space and the draft capital and says, oh my God, as long as they're not complete idiots.
Darryl, Mr. Smiles, Muhi.
They're going to build a wonderful roster.
It's Darren, Joe.
But do you think that reasoning that I just laid out, I know that's a lot of smiles and happiness.
It makes sense if you were a quarterback and it wasn't the Jets, that what the Jets have is enticing.
If it wasn't the Jets.
I'm just telling you.
You're just the worst, man.
I'm not. I'm just I'm being
I hate
honest.
this team.
I'm being honest and real.
I get you.
I mean, Connor, who is a recovering Jet fan, would say the same thing.
Yeah, as a football agnostic, I agree.
Look, we're going to get the answer real soon, but we have laid this out to you for weeks and months now. Derek Carr is either manipulating us.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Or he's going to be a New York
I think
Jet.
he's becoming a media member.
Okay. I have predicted on record every time we've done these predictions that he will be a New York Jet, and I expect that to happen.
Fair, you have.
So we'll see. And I'm only doing it because I'm listening to the man speak. One thing I've learned in life is sometimes we don't listen enough.
True.
If you listen, sometimes it's obvious. They're going to tell you what they're doing. You just have to listen. Don't pretend you think you know what they're doing. Listen to them. And if you listen to Derek Carr, he's made this very obvious. He wants to be the quarterback of the New York Jets. Thank you very much. Let's go to Bobby in Rockland County. What's up, Bobby?
Hey, how you doing?
All's good.
I had two questions. One, Tiki, I'm a great big Giant fan of yours, and the other one is
yes,
Tyler McKee.
Yes,
he's 6'6", 230.
Yeah, he's big.
The Jets got a trade for him. I mean, the guy has an arm. He went to Stanford. He's smart. It's everything right once in a quarterback.
I believe that.
So
I think you're right about that.
The question is, how far are you willing to go?
Yeah.
Because The Philadelphia Eagles, and we're seeing this with the Niners and Mac Jones, they are putting a price tag out on Mac Jones of a second-round pick. I am not willing to do that. Now, Tanner McKee has not proven anything. Is he a young guy with the big body who I would love to at least get a shot to with this team? Yes. But is that worth a second-round pick? Ask yourself that question.
Right.
Is that unknown worth a second-round pick? Is it worth a third-round pick? Because Philadelphia and Howie Roseman is probably doing what they're doing up in San Francisco, which is saying to themselves, we'll trade him, but we don't have to trade him. And we'll only trade him for a great price.
Right.
And are you willing, if you're the Jets, to give up a really valuable piece of draft capital for somebody that is a lottery ticket?
He's a serious lottery ticket, and he was really good in 2024. Last season, he only played in one game. He was average. He looked like a young player. But the year before, when he played in 2 games, he had 4 touchdowns and 67% completion percentage.
Say that again. How many games did he play?
2.
2 games.
2.
So,
he's only played in 3 games in his career.
Stop right there. 3 games. Is it worth giving up a second or third round pick for a guy who's played 3 games and 3 years ago was a 6th round pick?
That's right.
Just ask yourself that question.
Probably not. But it's the projection of what he can be. Right, in the circumstances of why he got drafted in the 6th round.
But keep this in mind. I'm a big lottery ticket guy. In a lot of ways, Justin Fields was a lottery ticket. We've talked about Tua in relation to bringing back a draft pick. He'd be sort of a lottery ticket. Kyler Murray is advanced lottery tickets. The thing about all those lottery tickets is they just cost money. This one would cost valuable draft capital.
I agree. And I don't know if the Philadelphia Eagles really want to get rid of him. And so it's what you were talking about and alluding to. You're going to have to blow them away in order for them to give up on Tanner McKee.
And that's incredibly risky.
Very.
Anthony is down in Tampa. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call.
What's up?
So I think that the whole Tua with the draft pick thing, I think the presentation of the question is wrong because I don't think any quarterback that the Jets are going to get their hands on via trade or via free agency this year is going to be the answer. The only way, in my opinion, is going to be to draft the quarterback. I think the question is more, are they willing to buy the draft pick? Because that's essentially what you're doing.
Yes.
Tua is irrelevant.
Yeah.
You're buying the draft pick, and
yes.
if that's the case in this scenario.
That's
so
exactly.
Is it worth the $50-something million to do that?
Yes. And that's, I think you have nailed how you should ask the question because I think we get lost in Tua. It needs to be how much money and how much valuing cap space is worth what could be an incredibly awesome first-round pick. And to me, in the desperate stage that the Jets are in, considering the Dolphins will likely suck no matter how aggressive they try to be next year, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's worth it.
So here's the side of it you're not thinking about. What happens after you trade for Tua? You acquire also a first-round pick. Let's just say it's for 2027.
It better be.
So it's not. You're not even thinking about it this season.
Real quick, can I tell you why I don't want this year? It's because there's a factor. It's a geeky factor, but it's important. They would be eating up so much cap space in Tua's deal, and you got to pay these first-round picks, that I would not want to have another first-round pick I have to pay this year. I'd push that to 27, along with the fact that the 27 draft could be better, will be better,
so now
and the Dolphin pick could be even better.
Last thing you want is 3 first-round picks this year.
I want 4 next year.
Which you would probably trade out of.
Correct.
If you had 3 this year, you'd probably trade. I mean, so in theory, you could kind of get the first round next year anyways.
Yeah, but you're not going to do as well in doing that. You would do better if you have the Dolphins in a bind.
I agree with you.
To get next year's pick. And if it's not next year's pick, I won't do the deal. I want next year's pick.
So here, let me finish my point.
Go.
You trade for Tua, all the circumstances we were just talking about behind it, the compensation, etc. But now Tua is on this team. And Tua is competing or named your starting quarterback. But everybody knows that this is just we're using you, Tua, despite your $56 million cap hit. How is he leading? How is he getting under center and being your starting quarterback? Like it feels like it's a pathway into dysfunction.
Well, hold on a second. If you sign Kyler Murray to a 1-year, $2.5 million deal, what the hell's the difference? Aren't you saying the same thing?
Yeah,
he's making no money and it's a 1-year deal.
Yeah, but Kyler Murray he's a cast-off.
So is Tua.
Yeah, but he's cast off with $56 million. Yeah,
but why does that have to even be a thought to anybody? It's irrelevant.
It is, but it isn't. I know what you're saying. It's subtle, but the difference is he cost you $50-something million.
I understand.
And so you're still paying him a ton of money, yet you don't really care about him.
Yeah,
and
but
so it's almost a waste of money.
No, it's not because of the value you're getting along with it.
But in real time, you can't help but see it that way.
I'll give you.
And the young players might have a hard time buying in when they know that the only reason the quarterback who's playing quarterback was gotten because they wanted the draft.
Yeah,
pick
and you don't even care about him. Whereas Kyler, if you go get Kyler and you sign to him a 1 year, he's on a prove-it deal. He knows he needs to make hay so that he can go get paid and continue his career doing something, whether that's here or someplace else. It's like, all right, we rally behind you, Kyler. You're not an afterthought. You are potentially somebody who's really good at this position.
I know it's a different sport, but when the Mets brought in Robbie Cano simply to get Diaz, or the Nets brought in Michael Porter simply to get an unprotected first-round pick.
Baseball's different.
And basketball. Yeah, but it's business. It's just business, bro. Like, yeah, it sucks. You're here because we got a draft pick attached to it.
Yeah.
Get over it. What do you want me to tell you?
I think because there's so many games in baseball and so many games in basketball that it doesn't feel like you're not trying, even if you're not trying.
Mm-hmm.
In football, if you bring in a guy who is just here to be here, you're tolling a whole season for an entire team. It's just hard to swallow. It's hard to accept that from a veteran player standpoint.
So don't sell it that way. Sell it to him that he's a 28-year-old who still has a huge upside. I mean, he's not 38 years old. He's 28 years old.
Yeah,
I happen to not believe in him, but still.
Will you believe that?
Well, who believed that?
Well,
Garrett Wilson?
No, the players.
I got to ask him.
That's what I mean. And then, so he's going to get asked that question. And at some point, he'll start saying, we all know why Tua's here. Because he's going to suck, and we're going to draft a quarterback next year.
Don't worry. You know how I'm going to take care
then
of
this?
this?
Then he demands a trade.
Exactly.
It turns into a whole thing.
I could see it turning into a disaster despite the best intentions of the move.
Well, I'm going to turn the Rico into Mo Lewis this weekend because I assume I'm going to get Brett Beatty, and I'm going to ask Brett, who's like best friends with Garrett Wilson. I'm going to say, Brett, let me ask you a question. If the Jets acquired Tua just to get a future first-round pick, what would you guys think? Would you be pissed off? I get Beatty's perspective. They're like best friends.
Right.
By the way, how about Brett Beatty going Oppo Taco yesterday?
Of course.
Playing right field, looking good. He's going to have a big year this year, this Brett Beatty. I'm feeling very confident, feeling very bullish on Brett Beatty. Maybe it's because you're right. I'm going down to spring training.
I'm telling you, you're feeling it.
I'm feeling it. I'm getting bullish on everybody. Luis Robert Jr. is going to win the Triple Crown. What? Am I talking crazy?
Yes, very.
I joke. Let's go to Mike in Brooklyn. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How are you?
All's well.
Good. What's up?
So I like the Derek Carr thought, and Evan, when you lay it out with the offensive line, the running back, the receiver, it's just it's jet every 3-4 years. It's the same wash. We got this, and this. Why won't this work? But I agree with you. I do like it. But the only thing that the only thing I wish that they would do is if they do bring him in, let's just play hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
You have him for 2 years, maybe if he can prove it. The first year, whatever the case may be. Draft a quarterback. I don't care if it's this year, hopefully next year, because, whatever the case may be with the, how good they are, and let him develop. I'm so tired of them being right away with quarterbacks. I understand it's a make or break league and there's no more development, but let's just try the development approach for once and see what happens. I mean, it's been misery for so long. What's another 5 years to develop somebody?
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys' time. Have a great weekend.
Thank you too, man.
Thank you, Mike. I think with Derek Carr, who's going to be 35 before the season starts, and I think has 3 to 5 years left in him. Is that a fair estimate? Assuming he's committed?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Is healthy and committed, I'd say 3 to 5. Correct.
So I think when you've got a 3 to 5 year window, which is far different than Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a year.
He's a year or two.
Right. When you have a 3 to 5 year window, I think you can be more conservative in which quarterback you draft. I think you can definitely draft a project this year and really take the pressure off because you're not going to play.
Right.
You're really going to sit there and learn. So I think that is absolutely something I would consider if Derek is on board for this. And I think he is. And I think he still has something left.
I think he has something left he wants to prove. But are there any teams that are really buying into him as their guy?
I think so. I think when you look around this league and look at the quarterback desperation. In fact, I'll ask it this way.
Yeah. No, that's true. It's hard to you can't dispute that.
I'll go right to the Vikings because they are the cream of the crop when it comes to teams that could use a quarterback.
Right. And need one now.
Yes, and they got to win.
All right.
There's no waiting around. They got to win. If you're the Minnesota Vikings, if you're Kevin O'Connell, and I'm giving you the choice, Kyler Murray, Malik Willis, Tua, Derek Carr. Aren't you kind of leaning towards Derek Carr?
Probably. Probably. If he's available, yes.
And he wants
and
me.
second is Kyler.
Yeah. I think I would rank it that way as well. Let's go to Harvey and Dick Sales. Hey, Harv.
Hey, Harvey.
How are you? Yeah, I was wondering why, before I get to the Giants, why Kenneth Walker was available, Super Bowl MVP. They're selling the team, and maybe they're just passing the contract to the new owners.
No, it's an interesting point, hey, Harvey. That's actually a good observation because they don't want to overspend in free agency when they're trying to sell it for $7 billion or whatever the heck the number is going to be.
And I said, an alternative. I couldn't understand it because he's a good player.
Right.
To me, if you're asking who the Giants, it's Evan will tell you that I was obsessed with Zach Martin about 10 years ago, or even longer, and he's going to go to the Hall of Fame. I would have drafted him instead of Beckham, but I think this is the time. Drafts lie. Draft an offensive lineman and then a wide receiver because the Giants had problems catching catchable balls.
Yeah.
1 and 2. I don't know, 1 and 2 or 2 and 1, whatever they got to do.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad plan, but you still have to fill these voids in free agency. That's just the reality of it. We'll find it out starting over the weekend. We'll start to hear from the insiders, Giants and National Football Insiders, about the plans of some of these teams. And on Monday, it's going to happen. It's going to happen quickly. And it's hopefully for the Giants, it's exactly what we've been talking about, so that the draft becomes let's just get a great player. That's what the hope is for free agency for the New York Giants.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Bit of an odd story here, but police say a coach on the Cal State Bakersfield men's basketball team was moonlighting as a pimp across 4 states.
What?
Multiple dismissals have occurred at Cal State Bakersfield as an investigation probes who knew what and when.
As a pimp?
As a pimp?
Yeah.
Big pimp. Spending G's.
We're talking big pimping in the NYC. We're talking. I love that song.
Wow. What a story.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Holy cow.
He's pimping in how many different states, you said?
4 different states.
That is crazy.
Not just in Cal State, 4 different states.
Yeah. He's got to make that money, man. He's got to get creative.
Right. You guys ain't paying me enough.
We'll get back to your calls in a few minutes. 888-808-1019. An update on A.J. Brown, because I think it is inevitable that the Eagles will trade him. And stop right there if you think Daniel Jones is a lock to go back to Indianapolis. Is there another team swooping around? So we've got more football. We'll get to baseball in the 11 o'clock hour as well, including an update from Met and Yankee camp. What made Aaron Boone really upset live on TV? We'll all find out together. Now, if you've been thinking about replacing those old chilly windows and doors, now is the time. Windorama's kicking off their winter warm-up sale, and now you can save up to 40% on your installation project when you purchase and install through Windorama. 40% off, big savings, great products and brands, and expert installation. Hard to beat that. Keep the warm air in, the cold air out, and upgrade your home the right way. Visit Windorama.com or stop by one of their showrooms today. Windorama, your window and door specialist since 1977.
I'm always busy and always on the go. This weekend, heading up to Providence, Rhode Island, to go visit my second son, Chasen, up at Brown. So I want to know that my family and my home is safe. So we turned to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system. It's a smart home security system that combines safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. The best part about this weekend is that Tracy's mom is coming into town, and sometimes she doesn't know how to set the alarm, so we can just set it for her from the road. It's amazing. We can also check on the doorbell cameras, the backyard cameras to make sure that dogs aren't doing their business all over the place. You can experience the future of home security and automation as well with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
It's The Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on The Fan, 101.9 FM.
You don't believe that.
I 100%
You
believe
don't.
that.
You
I
can't.
swear to you, I
Like,
believe
come
it.
on.
Watch it again. It's what happened.
By the way, nobody believes that.
I don't really care. Watch it.
Like, Clement's kids don't believe that. They know what their father did. Clemens knows what he did.
Get The Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Neil Hunter and the Houston Texans are breaking the bank. Hunter and the Texans are agreeing to a 1-year, $40 million contract that's fully guaranteed. Hunter's had back-to-back great seasons in Houston, totaling 27 sacks in those 2 years. He was a key part to the defense that dominated in 2025. His $40 million salary for 1 year keeps him as the 5th highest paid defensive end in the NFL. I'm Denver.
Chick-fil-A's new frosted sodas and floats, it's a 10 out of 10. Hey, this is Lizzie, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You will love having your favorite soda blended with our creamy ice stream to make a new frosted soda or float. With the mix of the ice stream and soda fizz, it's so delicious, I call it Fizzalicious.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-747-7676. 800-747-7676. Again, that's 800-747-7676.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof, we've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With 45 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest selection of Toyo tires. Sells them all at the guaranteed lowest price, offers more free services for life than anywhere else, and Town Fair has well over 100 locations throughout New England and New York. The area's largest inventory of Toyo tires at the guaranteed lowest price, more locations, and the most free services for life. So for your next set of Toyo tires, remember, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
At quarterback, calling the right play could change the whole game. And when your car breaks down, same idea. Make the right call before the big repair bill hits. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. Plans include 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options, all to keep your drive alive. Look, breakdowns happen, but choosing CarShield, that's the easiest call you'll make all day.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Where you learn matters. At Monmouth University, students study on a vibrant coastal campus with direct access to research, culture, and industry. From classrooms to competition, from creativity to career prep, Monmouth offers a vantage point shaped by location and purpose, blending a personalized learning experience with Division I pride and a rising national profile. Bigger thinking, more inspired, you amplified. Amplify your future at Monmouth University. Learn more at monmouth.edu/amplified.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
Penalty kick.
out of the park!
From way downtown for a
Beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go teams!
The home of Yankees radio is WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
We'll get to some baseball coming up at 11:30, including what got Aaron Boone all pissed off yesterday. But 2 very interesting pieces of football notes before we get back to your calls. Number 1, the A.J. Brown situation.
Yeah.
It feels obvious they're going to trade him.
Yeah.
When Nick Sirianni said, I can't guarantee he's going to be on the team a couple of weeks ago, and everything that happened during the course of the regular season this year, that feels inevitable. Here's the update from Diana Rossini. The Philadelphia Eagles are holding firm on their steep asking price for A.J. Brown. While the New England Patriots have poked around on it, the Los Angeles Chargers are another team keeping tabs on the situation. The Rams discussed trading for A.J. Brown, but they have since moved on. While teams have been internally discussing potential trade packages for A.J. Brown, no team has made an official offer to the Eagles, per multiple sources. That is so weird.
Yeah.
So what do you talk to Howie Roseman about then?
I know.
Like, don't you just make an offer?
Yeah, I would, because why not? He's in his prime still. He's an elite wide receiver. He's disgruntled because the Eagles are intermittently a run-only team, and so he feels like he's not getting the best use out of them. And also, they have other good players on that squad on the offensive team. So he wants to be a marquee player in this league, and he's never going to be that on the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think he realized that middle of last season, and it started to get a little bit dicey. He probably realized that a couple years ago, but they were on the path towards a championship, so let me just shut up and win.
Right.
But now he's getting older. And it's like at some point you want to be the man.
The trade the other day that Buffalo made was a second for a fifth in which they got DJ Moore.
Yeah.
DJ Moore is not A.J. Brown.
Right.
It's to
Not
me,
even-
it's
not
not,
even close.
even close.
Agreed.
And yet they gave up a 2-5 swap. So if the Eagles are having a really steep asking price, my assumption is it's a first-round pick.
Yeah.
And
But you're not getting a first-round pick for him.
I don't think so. But the New England Patriots, you have to imagine, ultimately get A.J. Brown, ultimately. And it's really just a stare-off. It's a stare-down on who gives in.
Right.
What is a steep asking price? How far will New England go? Is there another team that would jump in? Diana Rossini mentions the Chargers. So inevitably, from one rival to another, in terms of a giant rival to a jet rival, my expectation is that they're going to trade A.J. Brown to the Patriots. And that is not an original splitting the atom opinion. It just feels obvious.
Yeah.
And sometimes the most obvious things happen. The other thing that may be obvious, and it's right in front of our nose, is the Daniel Jones situation. He got the transition tag from Indianapolis, first quarterback to get the transition tag since Jeff George, so it's been a while. And we've all kind of assumed he's just going to stay in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings. They had him once before.
They did, but he didn't play. He was kind of just on the – I think he was just on the practice squad.
He was, but he was there.
Yeah.
And Kevin O'Connell got a look at him, and he probably liked him, but, things changed. J.J. McCarthy, all that. Can they bring him back? Would they bring him back? He is coming off an injury. The expectation is he should be ready for the start of the season, but keep an eye on the Minnesota Vikings and Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I can see it only because of the fact that Kevin O'Connell met him, had him in that room, that quarterback room for half of a season after he left the New York Giants. But I still feel like Daniel Jones wants to prove himself as a starter. And I guess he could do that in Minnesota.
He would do it.
He'd have to
He's
beat out
JJ.
JJ. I think so as well, but I don't know. So what does Indy do now then?
Well,
so Indy's in a tough spot.
Well, it's the same thing we talked about jokingly to a degree the other day, that the Jets should go after Daniel Jones just to screw with the Indianapolis Colts because we own their first-round pick. The thing with the transition tag is the Vikings could agree to a deal with DJ, and then the Colts have a chance to match it.
Right.
So they could just match it. I mean,
unless you overpay.
Right, unless you overpay, and then but you're deciding to move on.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the transition tag. When you say, what will the Colts do? Well, the Colts will have decided to not match that contract, so they made a decision to move on.
Yeah, but Shane Steichen also is he's got to win too.
Yeah.
It's not the same as Kevin O'Connell, because I think Kevin O'Connell had reached a plateau and now he fell off that plateau a little bit. I think Shane Steichen he's crawling. He's like scratching to get up to that next plateau. And so he has to win, because he hasn't achieved it yet, and a lot of it has been because of quarterback issues. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones is his best option, but before Daniel got hurt, they were on a run.
And he was playing great.
They were obviously playing great, and obviously he was led by the run game. But Daniel Jones was a good player for him.
Daniel Jones was having an MVP year, despite what Sean Morash would say every Monday.
I'm a fat moron.
He would try to deny it. He would poo-poo it.
Right.
But the truth is, he was having a great season. Back to your calls, 888-808-1019. I mentioned we'll get to the baseball at 11:30. The latest from Yankee and Met camp, including Aaron Boone getting all pissy. Let's go to Brock in Huntington. What's up, Brock?
Hey, guys. Friday. The winter's almost over. Things are looking up.
Yeah, man.
I just wanted to kick in with this Derek Carr thing. First off, I'm a Jets fan like you, Evan. I mean, geez, Tua and Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins. Here we are again. Now, I just wanted to kick in with my 2 cents. Now, you spoke, I think you have that phrase, the devil's in the details. And
yes.
I think the devil is in the godliness in this one. And hear me out. Derek Carr, like you said, I mean, he's a man of the Lord. He forfeited the huge salary because he felt that he couldn't play. So obviously, he's kind of one of those do no harm guys. I think he's thinking, he's got the confidence of an NFL quarterback. So there's a chance that he could do well. But I'm sure he knows, as a guy who just kind of retired, there's a shadow of a doubt that he might be a disaster. And in this situation, rather than go to a team that actually is capable and possibly bringing that disastrous situation to them, I think as a godly man, he's kind of thinking, hey, worst case scenario, the Jets will be better than they were, even, if he is a disaster. So
right.
I think this is him kind of looking out overall, showing some concern for the team that he'll go to. Because if he goes to the Vikings, I mean, you could ruin a real capable team over there. You don't want to mess something up.
The bar is a lot higher.
Yeah.
It really comes down to, and this is always so difficult about free agency, even if he's not technically a free agent. What does the person want?
Yeah.
I remember during the Juan Soto free agency, we all just said, he wants the money. He's going to go to the highest bidder. We turned out to be right, and that's okay. Derek Carr comes out of retirement. What does he want? If he wants to win a Super Bowl, then his number one choice is the Minnesota Vikings. If he wants If he wants to work with someone he likes, Aaron Glenn. If he's like, you know what? I want to be in a good situation where I can perform, and I want the expectations to be low.
Yeah.
Well, then it's the Jets.
Yeah, exactly. But he also might end his career on a really low note. Like, if it doesn't work out and it's kind of just a one-year deal, he's done.
I understand.
So do you really want that? Because if you really want to play and come back and try to win a Super Bowl, as he has said, the Jets aren't the ideal landing spot.
There is no doubt.
Even though it could be it's more ideal for the Jets than it is for him.
Yeah, look, if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, the number one option is Minnesota.
Yeah. That's for any of these guys.
And that is clear. I don't think there's a debate. Once you get past them and we start analyzing the quarterback-needy teams, no one is a Super Bowl contender.
Mm-hmm.
The Arizona Cardinals could use a quarterback. They're not a contender. The Dolphins are not a contender. If the Browns went quarterback hunting, they're not a contender. Like, go through the list. It's the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But did anybody think that the Seahawks were a contender last year when they signed Sam Darnold?
Do you think, though, Connor, any of the teams outside of Minnesota, again, put them aside, you think any of them are on the level of Seattle? Seattle was a good team.
Yeah, I don't think we appreciated how good their defense was.
Yeah.
And the fact that Mike McDonald, their head coach, is a defensive wizard.
Well, and also they were coming off a 10-win season.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't bad.
Right. And the reason they were average or whatever, 10 wins, is because Geno Smith was horrendous.
Yes. Speaking of Geno
didn't he
Smith.
lead the league in interceptions or close to it?
He was up there.
Last year?
Zach
He'll be back with the Jets this year.
2 seasons ago, I should say.
Zach Rosenblatt, who is a tremendous reporter, we've had him on before at The Athletic, did his best guess for the Jets quarterback room. And it's an educated guess because he's a great reporter.
And he said Geno?
His best guess for the Jet quarterback room was Jacoby Brissett and Geno Smith.
Oh.
I hate this team.
Why?
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 I mean, jeez.
I
love the Jets.
Why would you even guess that? That's not happening.
Well, no, you can't say that. You're telling me it's not happening?
Mm-mm.
You may not like it. I don't like it. But you really think it's not happening?
Geno Smith coming back to the Jets does not make a lick of sense.
Wow. If you're
There's
tanking,
going
it
to be
does.
zero confidence. But nobody. You don't tank in the NFL.
Oh.
You don't preseason tank in the NFL.
Could you imagine Geno Smith quarterbacking back-to-back number 1 draft picks?
Yeah.
I hate this team.
That would
Tiki, wouldn't you rather see Zach Wilson than Geno Smith again?
Probably.
At least with Zach, like you bring back Zach, at least maybe something
he's
crazy
young.
happens.
Right, at least he's young. And
See, I don't like what you guys are doing because you know I'm big on the age and the lottery ticket.
Yeah.
And I'd be a complete hypocrite if I said I'd rather have Geno Smith than Zach Wilson. So I have to say Zach Wilson. But I don't want to say Zach Wilson because that would just suck. Suck. Can you imagine that?
It would.
Oh, my God.
You'd be mocked. This is LOL Jets to the hilt.
I mean, they kind of both are. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, because Geno, to his credit, turned his career around.
Of course he
and
did.
I give him a lot of credit for
He
that.
made a Pro Bowl.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't a nobody wants to go Pro Bowl.
Wasn't a Shador Pro Bowl?
Yeah, no. It was you were one of the better quarterbacks in the NFC Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
So, but it was 1 year.
The Geno Smith thing would be very tough. I would actually put that behind Kirk Cousins in terms of what I don't want.
I'd be a full-blown Giants fan at that point.
Jim is in Connecticut. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Tiki Evan. Evan, what a genius idea. I love the salary cap dump for Miami, get Tua in the pick. But also, my thinking would be, can we take Tua and turn around and sell him for $15, $20 million? Do you think they'd be interested in that so we can recoup some of the money?
No,
because that's all we want is the draft pick.
Well, here's what you do. And again, I speak from experience. I am one of the rare ones who roots for the Nets. And I get it, they're a joke, but they have been doing this at times for years, and it's actually brilliant.
Right.
You use your cap space as a weapon. So here's what you do, because again, it's happening with Michael Porter Jr. to a degree. You absorb the Tua contract, you get the draft pick. You play Tua.
Right.
Tua plays well. Tua puts together a few weeks, he looks good. And then you sell his ass to some desperate quarterback team. Like the Nets could have done that with Michael Porter, except they fell in love with the dancer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They were like, wait a second. She's kind of good.
Right. I kind of like this.
I'm not selling off. And
I
so,
think I might be in love.
Right. So basically, if Tua played well for 5 weeks, and I wonder, like, what the Jet fans are here, like Joe B and Craig, how they would take a 4-1 Tua being sold off. But that's what you would do. Or the season's over, he has a decent year, you still have another year of control on him, and you sell him that way. But you can't do it immediately because he just doesn't have any value.
Right.
Which I understand why. Now, if you're that opposed to him, you can Brock Osweiler him, which is you get the draft pick, which is what the Browns did many years ago, and then you just get rid of him.
Yeah.
And you take the cap hit as, hey, I got my draft pick out of it. I don't have to deal with this guy, and I move on.
It's just a lot of money to just sign and just say, see ya.
Well, that's why it would have to be a very valuable pick, and in my opinion, that is next year's Miami first-round draft pick. Pete's in New Jersey. Hey, Pete.
What up, Pete?
Hey, guys. So, I mean, I think Derek Carr is the clear choice for the Jets. I mean, I'm not a Jet fan, but, I mean, the dude is a gamer. When he retired, I mean, he's tough as nails. When he retired, he led the league in fourth quarter overtime comeback wins. Now, I don't remember how far back, whether if it was, you know, his last 5 years or 10 years, but he did have that record when he retired. And another thing, like, if he is actually saying, I mean, for the Jets to have a quarterback that actually wants to come to New York and play for them, I mean, that's got to be worth something.
You hit on something very important.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, but we don't know if he's messing around for clicks.
No, but okay, let's forget if he is or not.
Yeah.
If he comes here, he wants to be here. If he comes here, then we were right to look at these audio clips over the last month and say it means something. And I think it would be an indicator that he wasn't screwing around and he likes Aaron Glenn and he loves Jet fans and he wants to be here. And there is something to that. Our last caller brings it up because it feels like a lot of times guys come here at gunpoint.
Right.
And it's probably not a fair analogy. It's maybe too strong. But they come here not wanting necessarily to be here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I think Derek Carr wants relevancy. And that's either as a media member or as a quarterback. And he's in this weird balance right now. Because their podcast is doing well.
Yeah.
And so it's either going to pump that up because he's got all this New York Now media on him, or he's actually going to get a chance to play the game that he obviously loves.
Yeah.
And so he's in an ideal situation, but he's walking a fine line.
Bruce is calling from Yonkers. Hey, Bruce.
Gentlemen, how you doing? Love the show.
All's well. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
I got a fun fact and a quick Jets question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
In the New York Post crossword puzzle last week, two of the answers were Craig Carton and Evan Roberts.
Oh, God.
No, really?
What was the question that led to that being the
ask
answer?
you guys, you want to take a guess on what the questions were?
All right. So I would say, for me, I don't even know.
Crazy Jet Net Mets fan.
Who hosts a podcast named after a random Mets first baseman? I don't know. That's my guess. What was it?
Actually related to both of you guys.
Okay.
The question was Tiki Barber's co-host on WFAN.
Oh, nice.
I like that. All right, so for Craig, I have so many inappropriate jokes.
I know.
All right, just tell me, what was it?
This is a little better, I think.
All right.
Radio Star
Ooh.
in his third run with WFAN.
Oh.
Wow. Radio
Third run.
Star.
Well, I mean, he is in the Radio Hall of Fame.
Oh, no, he is a radio. No, I have great respect for Craig. So this was in when's New York Post? Because I kind of want it now. I kind of want to frame that crossword puzzle.
Was it all about media?
No, every Friday in the New York Post, they do like a sports course. It's mostly sports questions.
Oh, okay,
but
got it. So it's a sports thing. Oh, that makes sense.
I got to be honest with you. I don't collect stuff. I think I would want that. That's like a cool thing to
That
have.
is kinda cool.
Do you know? Do you know
totally
when
get
it? You know when it was? Like when? Or do you still have it? Because I'll buy it from you.
Yeah, it was in last Friday's Post was the question, and the solutions was in a Saturday Post. Yeah.
Nice. All right. That's. I'm deeply honored to be Tiki Barber's
Right.
co-host.
I hope you at least got those two correct.
Yeah. Did you get them correct?
Yeah. Got a quick Jets question for you guys.
Yes.
All right. It's clear that Mendoza is the number one pick, and it's clear that there doesn't seem to be a consensus number two pick. So if I was the Jets, I think you have to trade that two and try to swap a one and get an extra two or get an extra one next year.
The only way that works, though, is because your point contradicts your second point. Since there's one given at number one,
right,
and it's not a quarterback at number two and beyond, who's trading up for number two? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Now, if there's a team, let's say Kansas City, because they really want Jeremiah Love, and they just got themselves an extra first-round pick, and they feel like, you know what? We got the gravitas. We're going to do it. We're going to do something unorthodox. We're going to give up a lot to go from, where are they at, 10 or 11?
Who, the
Kansas City
Kansas
Chiefs?
City are 9.
No, 9, okay.
Yeah, they're
My
number
bad.
9.
So to go from 9 to 2 it's costly.
Yeah.
And usually you do that for a quarterback, not for a running back. But if Kansas City's willing to pay a price, I'm open to it. But you need a team that wants to get to 2. And you got to ask yourself, why does a team want to get to 2? Who are they targeting and what are they willing to give up? Because the price tag is usually really, really high when we're talking about a quarterback. We're not talking about a quarterback.
No.
We're talking about something else. And so I'm open to it. I'm open for business. Clearly, I'm willing to take on Tua's bad contract to get an extra first-round pick. And I think you got to be creative when you're in the position that the Jets are in. But what are you offering me?
Right. It's interesting. I think Jeremiah Love I don't think the Giants are taking him. So I'm not even thinking about what the Giants have speculated this
I hope
offseason.
you're wrong.
Right.
The meltdowns on this radio
of course.
station.
But I do think that Jeremiah Love has a chance to go in the top 10, but probably to the Saints. Because think about the Saints. They are a team that maybe accidentally even though I don't think you can't really say that because they drafted Tyler Shough in the second round. It wasn't like he was a fifth-round project. But they drafted a quarterback who kind of got Rookie of the Year consideration despite only starting 7 games. And if you want to create an offense for the Saints, you have a good wide receiver, you have a good quarterback, your offensive line's okay. Go get a skill position player.
I think you're right. I think the Saints are a big threat for Jeremiah Love at 8. So now you're Brett Veach. Is that the GM of the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yes.
Did I get that one right?
Veach,
Right.
yes.
I'm Brett Veach. I'm sitting there at 9. I know the Saints want him at 8.
Yeah.
I want him, though. I want him badly.
Right, and you don't want to risk. Are they going to take a wide receiver?
Correct.
Are they going to take a linebacker
So
or whatever?
How far do I jump? Now, I could just wait till the draft day and just jump ahead, make a deal with Washington, or I could just end it now by going to the Jets. Because if I go to the Jets, it's over.
Go to
I'm
the
picking
Jets.
two, it's done.
I get whoever I want.
I get whoever the hell I want.
Right.
There's nothing the Saints can do. If you jump them, obviously, if you do it on draft day, there's nothing they could do. Like once it's the moment.
Yeah.
But that's the way to secure it. And we talked about this briefly yesterday because I thought Big Mac and Craig brought up a fake Chiefs-Jets trade that they both said no to. And I was like, you guys are crazy. Right. I would do it because I am open for business. I just don't know what and how far Kansas City would go from 9 to 2 for a running back.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
Yeah.
I think they'll sit because they got a lot they need to do. I think they would sit and just let what comes to them come to them.
Let's go to Mark in Brooklyn. Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. First of all, Evan, I think we're at the point that if Derek Carr doesn't sign with the Jets, you have to wear an L to an entire game next year.
Wow.
We'll see how that goes.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, we're kind of at the point, and I understand that there's not too much going on, but it's kind of like, even if he does, it's like, all right, that and 50 cents might get you a bad cup of coffee. What does that really mean? Like,
I think you're the first part I want to address in a second. I disagree about the second part. Like a competent, real-life, breathing quarterback with this roster makes a really big difference. Now, is the really big difference 10, 11 wins? Probably not. But they're a real football team. And so I would just disagree with your assessment on what Derek Carr coming to the Jets actually means. Now, we have, because you got to take the good with the bad. So I have said numerous times, we have been beating the drum on this Derek Carr thing. We've been playing the audio. No one's paying attention to it.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, does that warrant an L? Like, if we're right, yes, we'll spike the football.
Think so. I don't think so. Because it's just speculation. It's just speculation.
Fair enough.
It's not like you're saying he is coming to the Jets. He is. It's a definite. It's a lock.
No, I believe he will based on...
Like you did with, what was that you did that with? That you got in trouble?
Nolan Arenado?
No.
Oh,
not
Edwin
your brain.
Edwin Diaz.
Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
The Edwin Diaz thing.
I got to wear an L for that.
Yeah.
I mean, my penalty is anytime the Mets play the Dodgers, whether it's on this radio station or at Citi Field, I have to wear an L for all those games. I'm prepared for it.
That's right.
They go to L.A. early this season, too. That's going to be a pain in the ass. It's going to be a pain. Here's why it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Because he's going to win the game for him.
Not even that. That's another level of it. So it has been 6 years since I did this time slot. Now, I did it for a very long time. All right, Joe and I did this for 13 years, so we know what we were doing.
Wow.
And I got used to it. I'm not used to it. And when the Mets play...
You're not used to it now.
Well, I'm not used to a 10 o'clock game in L.A.
Oh, I got you.
Staying up till 1 a.m., doing a Rico till 2, and then waking up 2.5 hours later. And so that next day when I'm on no sleep, wearing the L and having it hang around my neck...
You're going to be pissed. Yeah, you're just going to be cranky.
I would be cranky.
You're going to be ornery.
We better win those games.
Yeah.
If we don't win those games, I'm going to be a horrible
You
movie.
better not see Edwin Diaz.
That's right. Unless we beat him in like the top of the ninth inning.
But that's unlikely.
You think it's unlikely?
Yeah. I mean, this is a revenge game for him.
He's going to have a bad year.
He'll wind up having a 6-out save in that game.
Yeah, exactly. This is like revenge games for him.
I'm telling you right now, Tiki.
Don't you feel that?
I think he's going to have a bad year.
Why? Change the scenery.
Closers, man. It's just, it's not even a pro-Met, I'm a jerk. It's just
a random nature of closing.
Like 2 years ago, he lost his closer's job with the team. Remember that?
That's a good point.
So it's not.
But he was coming off of like a major knee injury.
I understand.
And he just wasn't the same.
I understand. I'm making your prediction.
Okay.
He's going to have a bad year. Now, I'm a hypocrite.
It seems like you're coping a little bit, Evan.
Am I?
A little bit.
I'm also keeping him in my fantasy league, so it's almost like a win-win.
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Well,
he's going to suck, but not really. So much so that I'm keeping him.
No, and I'll tell you why. And now I know why GMs feel. It's just right business for me to keep him in my league. I'm not going to get into the details. It's boring. It makes sense. Even if my brain tells me he's going to have a bad year. I don't think that's a contradiction. It's like two things can be true. Speaking of baseball, Aaron Boone got very pissed off yesterday. We'll let you hear why, and we'll give you an update from both Mets and Yankees camp, and, of course, ton more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name-brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is also sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery.
Back to Zaire to the rim and a two-hand slam.
The Nets travel to the Motor City to play the Pistons. 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Williams right wing three. Good!
The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Odyssey apps.
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at amazon.com/hub delivery.
Where you learn matters. At Monmouth University, students study on a vibrant coastal campus with direct access to research, culture, and industry. From classrooms to competition, from creativity to career prep, Monmouth offers a vantage point shaped by location and purpose, blending a personalized learning experience with Division I pride and a rising national profile. Bigger thinking, more inspired, you amplified. Amplify your future at Monmouth University. Learn more at monmouth.edu/amplified.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park
from way downtown for a
beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra-low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
Ready to ramp up the excitement, golf fans? BetMGM is making your next golf tournament winner bets even better with Second Chance. What's Second Chance? Ever bet on your favorite golfer to win a tournament only to see them miss the green? Well, with BetMGM Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back in cash if your tournament winner bet finishes in second instead. That's right. Simply bet on any player to win a scheduled golf tournament during a promotional week. If you're right, you win. But if your pick finishes in second instead of first, you get your stake back in cash. Watch your favorite players go for the win all season long and bet knowing you'll take your stake back if they finish second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
All new Dunkin' Zero. Only 20 calories, zero sugar. The all new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon? Wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Sun Zest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain zero fruit juice. Participation may vary, limited time offer.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on zero down payment, super low lease payments,
0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Declaration of Deal sales event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign, $51.98. Add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for detail.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Cloudy skies, high 42.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
Question: what business couldn't use extra income? Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. With each package delivered, your business gets paid. Sign up at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Made me chuckle yesterday because we are in the midst of spring training. And spring training is about learning, it's about experimenting, it's about guys staying healthy. And we all know, it's been much publicized, the positional changes going on in Met camp. And yesterday we saw Jorge Polanco play first base for the first time. Bo Bichette is continuing to learn third base. Brett Beatty was out in right field.
Hamstrings must be doing good.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better. He's hitting. He didn't get a lot of challenges in right field.
Yeah.
But he was out there. There's another positional change going on, and it's much different. And that's going on in Yankee camp with Ryan McMahon getting a crack at shortstop. But the reason Aaron Boone is doing that is not to move Ryan McMahon to shortstop. I don't think there's really a world in which he's playing there a lot. It's that he can be a backup. And that if there's an injury or a late game change, Ryan McMahon is at least capable of moving over and playing shortstop.
Yes.
They've got Jose Caballero, Oswaldo Cabrera, who's returning today. Really good news for him after the gruesome injury from a year ago. They've got some other options, but hey, this is the time to learn.
Yep.
And so Ryan McMahon's lessons at shortstop, they haven't gone well. Now, I'd be the first to tell you, it's not a big deal.
No biggie. No biggie.
I mean, he's learning a position to be a backup.
I mean, look at Bo Bichette at third base. No biggie.
Well, now you're being a jerk.
I am.
You saw the high throw yesterday? Is that what you're talking about?
That was such a jerk call. I just had to do it. I couldn't help myself.
I get
Sean's
it.
not here. He's drinking margaritas in Mexico. Not real Mexico, Disney Mexico. But I had to.
I get you. And look, the Bo Bichette thing is far different because he is learning a position. They need him to play well. The Ryan McMahon thing is a no biggie. He's learning it. They're putting him out there. It's all fine. Aaron Boone basically goes on every Yankee broadcast, which I think is really cool. Like, he'll come on, he'll do an interview. So he was on doing his in-game interview as Ryan McMahon tried to make a difficult play in the hole. It was a tough play, and then he made an awful throw.
Yeah.
Here's Aaron Boone watching it and reacting to it live on TV.
Whether it's sometimes in spring training or early in the year. If you remember last year, he had it. No.
Roller. McMahon, long throw.
Stop.
Won't go.
Did you hear the damn it?
He was like, no, stop. Oh, stop. Damn it.
Damn it.
It's like he wants him to do well. Like he's like willing him as it's happening to do it right. And then he doesn't. He's like, damn it.
I mean, Booney, it's spring training, bro.
Yeah, but
like he's learning a new position.
But how many opportunities at that is he going to get? And so you just kind of want it to look right the first time. That way you're not worried about it.
He gave us a live damn it on TV.
Won't go.
Damn it. That whisper damn it is the one you don't want to actually say, but then you say it.
Right.
Because you're thinking it.
Right. We've all been there.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing about this play, because obviously it's radio, so I'll do a little radio play-by-play. The mistake McMahon made was making the throw.
Yeah.
Like, there was no play.
Right.
And I think what Boone is damning it about is eat the ball.
Right.
Like, there's no reason to make that throw. But he damn it him. Like, if Mendy was on the Mets broadcast during a Bo Bichette era, you think he would give us a damn it? I don't think he would.
No, he would give you some Spanish curse.
You think so?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but this positional change for McMahon is not a big deal. He's the third baseman. What I still think I would like to see on this Yankee roster is like a right-handed bat who can play a little bit of third base. Like they did it with Goldie being able to play first base, but someone who could also fill in for Ryan McMahon at third, right-handed bat. And I guess eventually when Volpe is back or if Lombard gets to the major leagues, that's where this would occur with Caballero bouncing everywhere. I guess Ahmed Rosario can do it a little bit.
Right.
Rosario's probably going to face left-handed pitching all the time at third base.
No doubt.
I would just like someone who can do third base, first base, and even some DHs when Stanton isn't there.
Right.
And I guess Rosario can do half of that, but that'd be my one like late spring training addition move. But overall, McMahon learning shortstop, not a big deal at Yankee camp.
Not worried about it. I think the bigger thing in Yankee camp has been George Lombard. He's been fantastic. Spencer Jones has been good too, but Lombard is a great defender. We knew this already in the minors, and he's not showing any signs of being less than that in the majors.
What's going to be frustrating, Lombard's going to start the year in the minors. He should, and if he tears it up, is there a roadmap to him being at the major league level this year? 1,000% absolutely.
Yeah.
There is. I mean,
there is. I don't see it, though.
Oh, if he performs, I think it makes more sense because right now his blockade is what? Ryan McMahon?
No, there isn't one.
There's no shortstop. Don't give me Anthony Volpe. So on the other side, the problem for Dominguez and Spencer Jones is that they're being roadblocked.
Yeah.
They're roadblocked by a hell of a player in Cody Bellinger. They're roadblocked by Trent Grisham making $22 million a year, assuming he's productive. Obviously, we know about Aaron Judge and Giancarlo. Like, I think what can be frustrating is that Dominguez and Jones are having good camps. And Brian Cashman alluded to this last week. There isn't a map for them to play, so they may not make the team despite that, which is very disappointing.
It is disappointing because you're ready for the future now, but you also, from a Brian Cashman standpoint, you also need to win now. And so these kids need to develop, but there's no room for them to develop on the major league roster.
That is currently the situation, but keep it in mind. That's currently the situation. Trent Grisham's at 175 on May 5th. I don't care how much money he's making. You don't guarantee him at-bats. That's the way I view it, because you're going to pay someone the same amount of money no matter what they do. So don't hurt yourself just because you're paying them a lot of money.
Right.
And I know teams ignore that, but it's the God-honest truth. Like, they're making the same money no matter what. So don't hurt yourself, because there is that possibility Trent Grisham has a terrible season. Now, I think he's going to have a good year. I don't know if he's going to match what he did a year ago, but if it's Trent Grisham from 2 years ago, who most Yankee fans wanted to just DFA, then there'll be an opening. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Let's go to John in Pittsburgh. Hey, John.
What up, John?
Hello, John. John going once. John is not there. We'll go to Joe in Brooklyn. Hey, Joe.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Sorry, I feel so hoarse. I'm still recovering from our Jewish holiday from like a couple days ago. It was basically the holiday say you drink till you drop.
Right.
Right. Having a hangover.
Wow.
You ever heard of it?
Yeah. Well, good. I've heard of it. But don't worry about your hoarse voice. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. I just wanted to make 2 points about the Jets and one about the Giants. Why are all of you so hooked up on getting a good quarterback? Don't you want to tank and then fire Aaron Glenn once you
I never want to tank, Joe, because I don't want to go into a football season with that mindset. I'm an opportunistic tanker, I guess is the way it's defined, a passive-aggressive tanker, in which I want to take big swings with young players with big upsides. And if it works, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, we suck and we get exactly what you just described.
I think the better question is the second half of that question, which is the Aaron Glenn part of it. He said, don't you want to tank, and then forces you to get rid of Aaron Glenn?
Not necessarily. I want Aaron Glenn to be a good head coach. Why do I have to admit he's a bad head coach after 1 year?
You can't, but Do you believe that he's going to turn around and be a good coach?
No, but I still want him to.
Yeah.
Those two things, by the way.
But see, that's the contradiction. That I think
it's not.
It is, because you don't believe that he can't be, but you want him to be.
Well, okay. I'll frame it this way. Ask me if I think the Mets are going to win the World Series.
Hey, Evan, do you think the Mets are winning the World Series?
No.
Do you want them to?
Of course. Am I going to watch every game hoping I'm wrong? Yes.
Right.
So then, isn't that sports?
Yeah,
like,
it
just because
is.
you don't believe in something doesn't mean you say, screw it, I want to lose. What kind of mindset
So
is
you're
that?
you're not ready to give up on Aaron Glenn as a good head coach yet?
No.
All right.
I mean,
That's the question. That's the more important question.
I want to be wrong. I want and I'm sure any Jet fan, any real Jet fan also wants to be wrong that Aaron Glenn just had a bad first year like Bill Parcells did, and he turned out to be a great coach, and we can laugh at what we said about him.
True.
That's what we want. So, no, I don't want to go into a season rooting against my team because I want that guy fired. And I've heard people say that, and not just about Aaron Glenn, but in general in sports. Like, I want the Yankees to lose, so they fire Brian Cashman. I want the Mets to lose, so they fire David Stearns. I want the Giants to lose, so Dable and Shane are gone. Like, I get it. I hear it.
Right.
I do not subscribe to that. I hope he's the next great head coach. Eric's in Clifton, New Jersey. What's up, Eric?
Hey, good morning, boys. Well, I'm glad we tanked, so now we can finally get a good quarterback on my Raiders. And I said I would have done it 2 years ago to get Caleb Williams, and then I wouldn't have to be staring down trading Max Crosby. And that's why I think tanking, like Tiki, I get it. You were a player. Players don't tank. Organizations do. And everybody in the upper front office has got to be on the same page, whether it's the owner, GM, head coach.
Right.
You know, it's like what the Colts did back when Peyton Manning, I mean, they started Curtis freaking Painter, so why? So they could get Andrew Luck. And then, you know, if he stayed healthy, God only knows where they would have been. So it sucks, but it's the way the NFL is structured. And unless they change it, fans are always going to want it to happen because, you're the only difference between the Raiders and the Jets, you guys picking two and us picking one. It's the difference between us having Mendoza and Kubiak as the coach. You got the quarterback, you get the coach. If the Raiders tanked a few years ago, we would have had Ben Johnson. Instead, we've been in a spiral going in nowhere.
No, I get it. That's the end result. I get the end result is you're picking first, and it's fantastic. There's a difference, though, between thinking about it and wanting it months in advance. And I just can't fully subscribe to that. Now, earlier in the show, if you rewind on the Odyssey app, we talked about the idea of the Jets acquiring Tua simply to get a first-round pick. We also talked about Derek Carr, and we've mentioned Derek Carr a lot over the last few weeks because he has been dropping hints to us that he wants to be a New York Jet.
Yeah.
And, I mean, at every turn. And so I have believed that he's going to be a New York Jet. Tiki thinks I'm being manipulated.
Right. I think that he's just creating a media interest around him.
Interesting.
Which is good for his podcast.
Okay.
It's good for him.
No, absolutely. And I'm wrong to read what he's saying into he wants to be a Jet. I have been informed that many of our listeners are getting flashbacks, that they believe that this conversation me and Tiki are having occurred in a prior lifetime. That I was listening to somebody and I was saying to my partner at the time, this guy's going to be a Jet.
Right.
And my partner at the time was saying the exact same thing you're saying, which is that's not true.
Deja vu.
So there's a lot of deja vu going around, and I'd like to play that old clip, and you tell me if you hear yourself in my old partner and I hear myself as being the same guy.
All right, let's
and
go.
that we are having the exact same conversation 3 years later. So, ladies and gentlemen, a very special WFAN flashback when I was convinced Aaron Rodgers wanted to be a Jet.
WFAN flashback.
Aaron Rodgers spent 45 minutes greasing the skids. He's gone.
Yeah, but
and
it's still
he's
up to the
coming,
Green Bay Packers to
and
do it.
he's coming here.
Well,
you don't want to admit it, but I'm telling you, I'm giving you a friendly
I think
warning.
we're being played.
Okay.
I think we're being played.
By whom?
I think the entire situation is setting Jet fans up to do exactly what you're doing. Dream the dream that we bring in Aaron Rodgers, who still has a lot of football left in him. Dream the dream that it's us playing this upcoming weekend against whomever it might be, Burrow, Mahomes, Herbert, whoever it is. And we give ourselves a 2 to 3 year window of having a chance to win a title. I think we are being bamboozled.
No.
I'm not going to stand for it. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has set the tone. He's coming to the Jets.
Wow.
Feels like it's the same conversation, Teak.
It
except
is.
you're Craig and Evan's Evan.
Yeah, but your desire for Aaron Rodgers had some foundation to it. Why? Because he was coming off MVPs. Derek Carr is coming off an injury.
Well, hold on.
A retirement because of injury.
No. You were
Are we talking about the same thing?
No.
And is Aaron Rodgers ever going to be a podcaster who says whatever just to get clicks? Unless he's being paid $1 million by Pat McAfee.
100 different hands on my body.
Is that ever going to happen? Derek Carr is trying to create this podcasting empire.
Tiki, all I'm telling you is I know people when they speak.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron Rodgers made it obvious long before it was said he was going to be a Jet. I was right. Craig was wrong. And I'm telling you, Derek Carr is telling us he's going to be a Jet. And we're going to find out real soon if you're going to join his company of being wrong.
Right.
Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But my track record, and I think that old clip was worthy of playing, shows you I'm usually right because I'm listening to what someone's saying. And I said this earlier in the show. Listen to what people say. Listen to what people say. And to defend Craig, I know why he didn't want to believe it, because he thought it was too good to be true.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
But I listened. I'm listening to Aaron Rodgers. I know it didn't work out, but that's not the point.
Right.
I listened
come here.
to him. He came here. I'm listening to Derek Carr. He will come here. So
yeah, here's the difference.
Yes.
I think and I remember this was my take on the Aaron Rodgers side, was that he needed the Jets, or the Jets needed him, because he needed the Jets because nobody else wanted him.
But he didn't know that at the time.
He didn't know it at the time, but he needed the Jets more than the Jets needed him.
And you don't think that's the case with Derek Carr?
I don't think that's the case with Derek Carr.
Speaking of Aaron,
I think there are other potential spots for Derek Carr.
Okay. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, I told you that I did the work for everybody. I listened to his entire interview with Pat McAfee, and I would pull anything that was interesting.
Yes.
I got one clip that I thought was interesting.
This is from the most recent one.
This is from 2 days ago.
Okay.
Okay? It's not about the Steelers. It's not about the Jets. It's not about quarterbacking. It's not about Cash Patel. It's about why he works out as much as he does.
Huh.
It may not be about football. It may be about something else. So here's Aaron Rodgers explaining why he goes to the gym and works out as often as he doesn't. God, I'm hoping this is edited.
You know, I want to look good. I want my wife to want to me all the time. I look good all the time.
So there you go. That was the most entertaining part.
Hey, facts. I co-sign that.
That's
100 different hands
Aaron.
on my body.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean,
I like him.
One thing for Aaron, unlike me and you, he literally just got married.
Yes,
right?
that's true.
So you're still in that phase, Aaron, where it doesn't matter. You would think she's going to want to, you know, and vice versa.
Right.
Sometimes that may change at times.
Right. When you get a decade and a half in.
Yes, that's when you really got to make sure.
I want to feel what pure love feels like.
Let's go to Michael in Pennsylvania. Hey, Michael.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
All's good.
Doing good. My question is for Tiki. I'm actually a diehard Giants fan since 1982, when my father said, "Do you want to be a Giants or a Jets fan?" Sorry, but I had to take the Giants.
I love it.
Good choice.
So my question is, do you think that we're going to get Kenneth Walker? And part two, if that's the case, what about Mike Evans and Isaiah Likely to join them?
I like Isaiah Likely as a tight end option. We know with the tight end room, Theo Epstein. Theo Epstein, Theo Johnson is
That'd
there.
be something.
I know, but I feel like the tight end room is thin right now, and so Isaiah Likely makes a lot of sense. Obviously, there's familiarity because of his time in Baltimore with John Harbaugh. The Kenneth Walker thing, I think if the Giants really want to add a running back, they don't need to pay Kenneth Walker whatever he's going to make, $13 million a year. They can find another of the free agents, but also one of the later round draft picks in the draft. And so it's not urgent. You know what I mean? I know that it kind of feels like a luxury, and it doesn't feel urgent to me. What was the other position? Wide receiver? Mike Evans. So I think Mike Evans is going back to Tampa.
That's the same issue I have.
It doesn't make sense from his standpoint to go try to recreate himself someplace else. You used to be able to get away with that, like the Jerry Rices of the world and T.O.s and all. It's not the same anymore. You can't really go get another fan base to love you unless you are the best of the best of the best.
Yeah, if Tampa doesn't want him back, then I think it could happen, but I assume they do want him back.
Why would they not?
Yeah, I'd love Mike Evans for the Giants personally as an IFO. My opinion is exactly with you and Matt. I just don't think he's leaving.
No.
I don't think it's realistic from that standpoint. Kirk is in Essex County. What's up, Kirk?
How you doing?
What's up, dude?
Good. What's up, man?
Hey, man. I have an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I agree with you that Carr is going to become a Jet. And here's what you do. You sign him to a 3-year contract. And next year will be whatever. This year you'll just throw it away. You trade Breece Hall for more draft picks.
Okay.
And with the pick, you take Love. Because one, he'll be cheap. No, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
But you know what? But Kirk, hear me out on this.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeremiah Love at number 2 would make as much money essentially as Breece Hall right now on the franchise tag, and the odds are I'm going to be able to work out a long-term deal with Breece Hall, who, by the way, is really good.
Right.
He may not be as good as Jeremiah Love, but I don't think he's going to be that far off. So why wouldn't I want to use that pick for like the 57,000 other needs I have on my roster? So I'm not even.
It doesn't really make sense.
I'm not even going to give you the same tired Giant fan ATCB, OCB. Damn it! The
PTSB.
The PTSB of drafting Saquon Barkley. I'm not going to give you that same tired crap. I'm just going to tell you I got Breece Hall.
Right.
And I'm going to have to pay who's ever at number 2 like a ton of money. So why would I want to do that when I already have Breece Hall? So I disagree with your idea.
Yeah.
Nice try. I mean, I'm open to all creative ideas as much as I hate it.
Right.
Not yelling at
that
you.
one just seems complicated.
It's just not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it. Let's go to Limo Driver Ed. What's up, Limo Driver Ed?
What's happening, Ed?
Hey, guys. Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm listening to, you guys was talking about with the baseball and the players, and it's the same thing in NFL. I don't like guys always playing out of position. Every time I turn around, we got to try to make this guy, you can't, the guy's thinking too much.
Right.
You want him to play third. If he's not a third baseman, you go get a third baseman. Every time you turn around, we got to, so we get somebody.
But Ed,
go out and get somebody.
But in this situation, you're not talking about making Ryan McMahon a shortstop. You're just trying to add to his versatility.
Right.
And when
because it might be needed.
Yeah. When do you do it? Spring training, when the games don't matter. When you don't have to whisper damn into a microphone because it doesn't matter. Like it's a fake game.
Right.
It just doesn't matter. I'm going to a spring training game tomorrow. Like, if the Mets lose, I'll be okay. You know who's pitching tomorrow for me?
Tong?
Nope.
Who?
Tomorrow from Jupiter, Florida. And by the way, if you're going down to Florida, if you're going to be at spring training, I'm going to be doing a live Rico Brilliant 4 o'clock at Das Beer Garden in Jupiter, Florida. Come by, say hello. It's going to be the people's Rico, which means I'm putting people on. The Rico will be involving the people, and you guys may be drunk, and that's okay. Yeah,
the people?
The people.
Not like a person, but people?
People.
Wow.
It's the people's Rico. And I fully understand that putting drunk people at a bar live on a podcast could go badly, but it's a podcast.
Hey, exactly.
So,
and it will be entertaining no matter what.
That's right. I'm assuming Pete Hoffman's going to be just wasted. That's my assumption. I unfortunately really can't partake because I'm taking, strong medicine for my back.
Yes.
And I don't think it goes well.
No, I would assume it doesn't.
So unfortunately, I'll be the sober one. But I do want to answer the question I laid out to you. Who am I seeing pitch in Jupiter, Florida tomorrow? Making his spring training debut? Future 20-game winner, Kodai Senga. He's not going to win 20 games. I'm joking.
I mean, if he gets 20 starts, I'll be shocked.
Well said, Tiki. That's how I should have phrased it.
Right.
20 start man, Kodai Senga. Let's go to Mo in Woodmere. Hey, Mo. Mo.
And thanks for taking my call. So I said that my topic was why Derek Carr to the Jets might be the worst idea ever.
Why?
But hold on. I'm going to rephrase that. I called him to Tommy a few weeks ago and told him that it's actually incredibly important for the course of NFL history that Derek Carr goes to the Jets right now. And I'll explain to you why.
Yeah, why?
First of all, it's interesting that you're comparing this to the whole Aaron Rodgers thing when you were on with Craig, because I remember when the Jets ended up getting Aaron Rodgers, during that offseason, there were the two really main quarterbacks who they were trying to get.
Yeah.
Was first Derek Carr, and then he went to the Saints.
Yes.
And then a lot of people on the station were saying, even though Aaron Rodgers definitely had a better career, Derek Carr is a few years younger, and is more likely to play for like 4 or 5 years than Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
In the end, he went to the Saints. You got Rodgers. That ended up as it did. But for the course of NFL history, it would be very important because Derek Carr has lost to 31 of the 32 teams in the NFL, including the Rams in 2 locations and the Chargers in 2 locations. He has never lost to the Raiders. He was on the Saints when they lost to the Raiders, but he was injured and Spencer Rattler was the starter. I believe the Jets are playing the Raiders this year, and it would be perfectly on brand for the Jets to hope for Fernando Mendoza for this entire past season, end up with the 2 pick, watch Fernando Mendoza go to the Raiders, and have the first big game of his career defeating the Jets with Derek Carr.
Mo, you're a bad guy. I mean, creative guy, but bad guy. So basically, you are saying the only reason Derek Carr needs to go to the Jets is that because the Raiders are on the Jets' home schedule this season, and they are, this would complete the perfection of losing to all 32 teams.
Right.
That's the reason?
Nice.
And by the way, I totally agree that there's a lot of irony to the history of this because he's 1,000% right. When the Jets pursued Rodgers, who I wanted, besides knowing he wanted to be here, I wanted him. I did not want Derek Carr, and I don't hide from that. I preferred Aaron Rodgers, and if I had to do it all over again, I would do it all over again.
Same old Jets.
I thought that he supplied the greatest possibility of winning.
Right.
So I own that. But it's obviously a different moment. It's a different time. I don't want Aaron Rodgers back. I don't want all the bodies of love on him.
I would encourage you not to want him back.
No, I don't think he wants us back after the Aaron Glenn fiasco. I just think in this moment, Derek Carr makes more sense.
I want to feel what pure love feels like.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, Precision Cooking, Effortless Results, ChefIQ.com. Also sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Powered by a Shohei Ohtani grand slam in the second inning, Japan beat Chinese Taipei 13-0 in their first game in the World Baseball Classic. The U.S. plays their first game tonight at 8 p.m. against Brazil. Logan Webb on the bump for the state, squaring off with Bo Takahashi for Brazil.
I don't mean to get political, but I will get political. I do not work for the Chinese government, and I don't care what they think or what they want us to think. They are Taiwan.
Right.
And the people of Chinese Taipei want to be referred to as Taiwan. And the only reason they're not referred to as Taiwan is because the Chinese government says, well, they're part of us. They're part of us. They're part of us. So I'm going to respect the people. I'm going to respect the athletes. And I don't care what the IOC tells me or what the WBC tells me or big Chinese government tells me. They're Taiwan. So I'm not mad at you, Connor, but I just want to make that clear. They're Taiwan. If I score their game, which I'm not going to do, I would write Taiwan. This is like a weird subject I'm passionate about.
Yeah,
I looked
I see
into
that.
it. The people want to be known as Taiwan. And so, like I always say about sponsors, they're not paying me. Right? When you sell your naming rights to a stadium, give me a check and I'll call you by your name.
Right.
Other than that, I can call whatever I want.
Right.
And so I choose, and I think we should all choose, it's the patriotic thing to do, to say, no, you're Taiwan, not Chinese Taipei, because that's what the Chinese government wants. So there you go. See? Look at me. Standing up for what's right, I think.
Fighting the people.
Fighting
for the people.
Fighting for the people. For freedom, damn it. When we come back, it is the return of a segment that we've done once before, but sometimes we don't need it, but sometimes we do. Are you kidding me? Returns. We have 4 crazy sports opinions from the week that was in WFAN, and we'll find out which one was the dumbest. Plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. If you've been thinking about replacing those old chilly windows and doors, now's the time. Windorama's kicking off their winter warm-up sale, and now you can save up to 40% on your installation project when you purchase and install through Windorama. 40% off, big savings, great products and brands, and expert installation. Hard to beat that. Keep the warm air in, the cold air out, and upgrade your home the right way. Visit Windorama.com or stop by one of their showrooms today. Windorama, your window and door specialist since 1977.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan. 101.9 FM.
The one thing I will say about the Jets, and I've been very consistent about this, I think their offense is pretty good. I think their offense can be pretty good and can be supportive of a good, solid veteran quarterback.
Get Boomer and Gio on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and the free Odyssey app.
This is an Odyssey
Fantasy Sports Minute.
Jason Tatum's return tonight, just what Boston needs to become the clear-cut favorite in the Eastern Conference, but all of that belies what the Celtics have done to this point without Tatum. Jaylen Brown, MVP caliber at times. Derek White putting on the cape when necessary. And Peyton Pritchard and Hugo flippin' Gonzalez have rounded out what's been a sneakily scrappy team with Tatum out, and now here they are, just 4.5 back of Detroit. It's almost unfair. I'm Chris Mack.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Prioritize your self-care and switch to Cricket for unlimited plans starting at $35 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket. So we deal with some wet weather in a mix in order to get to the good stuff by the weekend, especially Sunday when we're into full-blown spring skiing and snow that softens when temperatures rise. Northern spots like Stratton, Killington, and Pico got tagged with 4 to 5 inches of fresh snow this week. Strong snow cover close to home as Shawnee and Camelback, Pennsylvania, Mountain Creek, New Jersey, and Mount Peter in southern New York. Skiing, riding, and tubing day and night, and they're 100%. And so's Thunder Ridge in Putnam County, along with Southington, Sundown, and Mohawk in Connecticut. And there's snow tubing at Mohawk along with Butternut in the Berkshires with 14 miles of trails. Gore Mountain and Whiteface in the Adirondacks trail numbers in the 80s. They'll get softer snow as the weekend goes on, and so will Killington with 72 miles on 6 big mountains in Vermont.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-458-9469. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-458-9469. 800-458-9469. 800-458-9469.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? Saints Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-714-4800. That's 718-714-4800.
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery.
Hey, this is Tiki Barber. Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency Carrier system. And there's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas. So get your system checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. Accident victims, I understand how an accident can turn your world upside down. You're in pain. You need medical care. You can't work. You're struggling to pay your bills, and you don't have a clue what your rights are. So what do? Call the first law firm that pops up on the internet? Look for the best website? Or say, hey, find me a lawyer? The options are endless, but the answers are simple. Ask around, read reviews, and go with your gut. Great law firms build great reputations. I built D'Agostino & Associates one client at a time by doing the right thing for accident victims just like you. Our clients know my team cares, and we're going to fight to get you every dollar you deserve. So call me today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, and we'll come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law, bite back.
We're talking New York sports. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
We have an eclectic mix of talk show hosts here at WFAN. We certainly all don't agree on things. We have various opinions, some of which are deemed crazy or stupid or asinine. And so a few weeks ago, we debuted a brand new segment here on Evan and Tiki called Are You Kidding Me? And that was a way to highlight some of these crazy-ass opinions from the week that was, and then we would vote which one was the craziest. We didn't do it last week because, quite frankly, I didn't think there were that many crazy-ass opinions.
There really weren't.
So it's not a segment that we guarantee because we're not going to force it, not going to make something crazy if they're not crazy.
When necessary.
When necessary. But I do think this week brought some crazy. We have 4 crazy opinions from an eclectic mix of WFAN hosts around here, and we'll decide which one was the craziest in another edition of Are You Kidding Me?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These whack takes that you spitting me, the epitome of pure stupidity. Better be going for laughs, takes like that. I just gotta ask, yo. Are you kidding me?
Yes. So let's start off with the one that I think most people have already heard because this got a lot of traction around here. A lot of these are very under the radar. And this was from our dear friend Chris Big Mac McMonagle, who made a comment about the Roger Clemens Mike Piazza incident from 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Instead of me describing it, I'll let you hear it. And this caused a lot of backlash, not just from his partner, but from many listeners, myself included. Here is Big Mac, Are You Kidding Me? On Roger Clemens.
Well, Clemens said the same thing.
Yeah.
I threw a bat?
Yeah,
I could
exactly.
have sworn it was a ball.
No. He knew what he threw was the bat. I don't want to get into this because people get mad at me. More of my Yankee shilling. He didn't intentionally throw the bat at him.
Excuse me?
Don't do that. He didn't intentionally throw the bat at him.
Of course he did.
No, he didn't.
What do you think he was doing?
Throwing the bat, which was garbage, off the field in anger because he thought he had the out.
He was being a good citizen.
No.
He saw garbage in his ring and he decided, let me throw that out.
He thought
and it just happened to be aimed directly for Piazza's head.
Coming off the bat.
Come on.
He thought the bat was the ball for half a second. For half a second.
Yeah.
He went to go field it. You could look at him. He goes to field it thinking it's the ball.
I thought it was a baseball?
Then when it's the bat, he's like, damn it, I thought I had an out.
Let me
and
just
chucks the bat off the field towards the dugout. He doesn't know that Piazza is running up the first baseline.
Even Clemens would tell you he threw the bat at Piazza.
No, he didn't.
That's why you have a nickname as the Shill.
He just didn't.
That's the shilliest thing you've ever said.
It's the truth.
And this is why he's now known as the
You gotta be kidding me.
But
he's right.
No, he's not.
He is.
See, this is a problem because this is a perfect example of Are You Kidding Me? Except my radio partner agrees with him.
No, why would he throw a bat at Mike Piazza?
Oh, you want me to tell you?
He hates Mike Piazza?
You want me to be blunt?
He wants to hurt Mike Piazza?
Because he was juiced allegedly, out of his mind.
See, now you're talking out of your ass. You didn't know he was juiced
no,
out of his mind.
Yeah, he didn't do anything because he tells us he didn't do anything. He clearly didn't do anything. I'm speaking out of turn.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Clemens. You're the cleanest individual of all time.
Yes.
Stop.
And he had beef with Piazza because he threw at him earlier in the year, didn't he?
Stop.
Yes, earlier in the year.
Stop.
Well, here's the history.
Go back and watch it. I encourage everybody to go back and watch it and look at it without a bias. Watch it unbiased.
Yeah, watch it like the bloody sock, Chris McMonagle.
Welcome to hell!
By the way, just to explain last time why he is known now as the bloody sock, not my idea, it was a caller's idea, is because he shills like Kurt Schilling, and so bloody sock. Because yesterday, Andrew Kaplan does a great job in digital, put out some like AI images of Big Mac as a bloody sock and his podcast with him as a bloody sock, the show with Craig with him as a bloody sock. And some were confused. Some got it. Some thought it was funny. Others were like, that doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, he shills a lot. This one's not going to win because look at Tiki. He agrees with the crazy.
I can't believe you, Tiki. Why? I can't believe Why would he throw it? If he thought it was the ball, why would he throw it at him? If he thought it was the bat, still, why would he chuck it right at him?
He didn't know that Piazza was coming up the line. He's an intense player. So he picks up the bat and he's just like, I'm mad.
Here is Are You Kidding Me? Clip number 2. Let's stay on the afternoon program with Craig Carton.
Right.
In which he says, essentially, Joe Montana was mediocre. Take a listen.
Jerry Rice made Joe Montana, excuse me.
You think so?
100%.
Okay.
Joe Montana's an average quarterback.
Okay.
I don't know why people are so enamored with Joe Montana.
Yeah, all right. Whatever.
Take Jerry Rice off that team.
Yeah,
Joe Montana is
a bum,
is I don't know, second coming of. Let me think of a good guy here. You take Jerry Rice off the Niners, and your guy, your favorite quarterback, Joe Montana, is the second coming of Nick Foles.
Oh God.
He's Nick Foles.
He's Nick Foles, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So we've got...
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Meaning to win this contest.
That's a favorite in the clubhouse?
Yes.
I kind of agree with Craig a little bit.
Stop it.
I think Joe Montana's a very good quarterback, but was a bit of a product of the system. He's like Brock Purdy with better weapons.
New West Coast system. Nobody knows what it is. Gets the ball out quick.
Everyone was caught off guard.
Yeah.
What I've realized about this new segment, Are You Kidding Me, is it also gives people the comforts to agree with these crazy opinions. Like Tiki's like, I think Big Mac's right. Connor's like, Craig's got a point.
I mean, Steve Young stepped in and they didn't miss a beat.
Well, maybe because Steve Young was also a Hall of Famer.
Or was he also a product of the system?
Stop it. All right, here's opinion number 3. This is the second straight time our good buddy, Tommy Lugauer, has made the Are You Kidding Me segment. Here is where he reiterates his claim that Saquon Barkley is the biggest draft bust in the history of the New York Giants.
And I called Saquon the biggest bust in the history of the Giants. And the reason I said that is because of where he was drafted. No rings with the Giants. Joe Shane did not trade him. Therefore, the Giants got nothing for him. He goes to Philadelphia. The entire situation is documented on HBO, which made everybody on the Giants look bad. Saquon has the historical year that he had with the Eagles. They win the Super Bowl, and the Giants are left holding the bag. They call me Tommy the Clicks Machine.
So how about that one?
Yeah, it's not a good one.
Saquon,
He was Rookie of the Year.
It's not a good one in terms of...
It's not a good opinion. It's a bad opinion.
It's an awful opinion. Yeah. It's why it's a part of Are You Kidding Me?
Yes. 100%.
Like, you got to be a special kind of awful to get up here.
These are those second 2 and 3 are really competing right now.
Well, you're being biased because the first one's also competing.
No, it's not.
Jeez, this guy.
Doesn't matter. It's my
Tiki,
perception.
You're getting to Chris McMonagle levels of shilling right now for the Yankees.
I am clearly not a shill for the Yankees.
It. All right. Here's your fourth and final one, and I don't know. This could take the cake. Sean Morash may be on vacation, but he is recording podcasts, and we're listening. Did Sean Morash take the title of Are You Kidding Me with this opinion?
I could make the case that the Giants in this draft taking Jeremiah Love at 5th overall is actually worse than taking Saquon at 2nd overall. When you consider the fact that they at least have answers at the position right now. If you were to tell me 2 months ago, you can hire John Harbaugh, but John Harbaugh is using the 5th overall pick on a running back like Jeremiah Love. Or you could hire Kevin Stefanski, and he's taking a defensive player like Caleb Downs. You might have been able to sway me, and you know how much I was high on Stefanski anyway, that I would have been against the Harbaugh hire. Like, this would scream to me, what the hell are you, like, what old man stuff are you doing here, taking a running back fit?
Yeah, that's a bad one.
That's a bad one, too. So those are our 4 examples today.
At the freaking Disneyland Hotel by myself.
We've got Big Mac's Roger Clemens' opinion. Craig saying that Joe Montana was mediocre. Tommy saying Saquon Barkley is the biggest draft bust in the history of the Giants.
You got to be kidding me.
And Sean Morash giving us the John Harbaugh's a crazy old man. And if you would have told me this, that he's going to draft a running back at 5 2 months ago, I would have said, screw him. Let me get the other guy. So, Tiki, I'll let you go first. Which one is the biggest are you kidding me of the week?
I think because of the national stance on it, it's got to be the Joe Montana take.
You think it's the Joe Montana take?
That he's mediocre? He's a Hall of Famer. He's an iconic player.
Joe Montana was just mid. He was an average player.
He was not an average. What are you talking about?
Can I tell you something crazy? And I learned this.
Yeah.
Craig says some weird things, and you want to yell at him.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you think about it, you're like, yeah, it's not that crazy. And Connor's already there. He's like, well, maybe Joe is a little overrated.
Steve Young played well, and then even when Steve Young was gone, Jeff Garcia played well there.
Oh, God.
It didn't matter. They just plug anybody in.
I'm not agreeing with him.
And Colin Kaepernick, yeah. Right after him.
I'm not fully agreeing with him, but Joe Montana's probably pretty overrated. Not that he's Nick Foles.
Okay.
That's going too
He
far.
went to 8 Pro Bowls. He was 3-time Pro Bowler. He won 4 Super Bowls.
I understand.
He was
cleanest pockets
he was
ever.
3-time Super Bowl MVP.
Cleanest pocket ever.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I think the dumbest one there.
Okay.
Yes.
Terrell Davis is an invalid Hall of Famer. Why? Oh, the offensive line cheated. They cut block. They clipped you every single time. So even when he cut back, there was nobody there because they were all on the ground. I mean, what are you talking
That's
about?
fine. It's your opinion is Craig's.
That's a bogus opinion. He is one of the most accomplished quarterbacks in the history of the game.
So you're voting for
I'm
Craig's
voting
Montana.
for Craig's Montana.
Okay. I got back and forth on this. I'm going with Big Mac. Like, what a freaking shell.
Suck it.
I mean, the guy, this roided up, allegedly freak, who hates Mike Piazza, wants to maim him. He wants to kill him. He's throwing a bat at him, and that's bad enough. What made it worse is that Piazza didn't go out and dance with him and beat the crap out of him. And what makes it worse is sycophants all these years later defending it. Like, that's an important microphone Big Mac has. And he uses it to spout lies to defend that guy?
Okay, but
Screw that guy.
You can't know that Mike Piazza, that Roger Clemens was trying to throw that bat. You can't prove it.
And you can't prove that Joe Montana would have been awesome.
No, I could. I can look at the statistics. 40+ thousand yards and the whatever Super Bowls, 4 Super Bowls. Right. I can look at it.
Okay. We disagree. So I'm going Big Mac. You're going Joe Montana, Craig. Connor, you could either break the tie and we could have a winner, or you could pick something else and we'll have to have a runoff.
I'm sorry, Tiki. I have to say that it's Big Mac.
Yes!
Because I can't prove it that he tried, that he didn't know it was the bat or whatever. But it just seems like he was trying to throw whatever he thought it was at Piazza.
Yeah, well, it sounds like our government. Your opinion matters more than facts.
Speaking of our government, we got to break down this Donald Trump A-Rod thing.
Oh, God.
And
I thought it was AI when you said it. I was like, what the hell is this?
So a couple of things. For those that are not aware, Alex Rodriguez was at the White House yesterday, and the President of the United States had some kind words about him. Like, oh, it's A-Rod. He's great. You know, me and George sat in a box together. Now, Mr. President, I hope you don't get mad at me, but I like holding everybody accountable, including you. So, Mr. President, how do you explain this clip I'm about to play? Here is Donald Trump talking about A-Rod a decade ago.
A-Rod's a bad guy. I've known him over the years. He's lived in my buildings. Not a good guy.
Not a good guy.
Not a good guy.
Not
Except
only
when he's sitting in your gilded sitting room.
Not only that, would you like to hear this? October 13th, 2012 on Twitter. Donald J. Trump. Everyone's wondering what's wrong with A-Rod. Now, one sports writer blames it on him not being able to use drugs anymore. That's the real reason. October 11th, 2012. $30 million a year, and A-Rod is now relegated to the bench. Would have lost it if Girardi hadn't benched him in the ninth. See my prediction.
Oh, jeez.
October 11th, 2012. Donald J. Trump. Great move to take A-Rod out of the game. Now terminate his contract based on misrepresentation. Parentheses, drugs.
Wow. I'd love to fire his ass.
Wow. I'm not done. October 10th, 2012. A-Rod must be dropped in the Yankees lineup tonight if they want to win. He simply can't perform without drugs.
Oh, man.
This is my favorite. October 10th, 2012. I don't think Obama will do well in his second debate. He is psyched out just like A-Rod is. October 9th.
Why is A-Rod catching shrapnel for everything from Donald Trump? He just hated him.
October 9th, 2012. This is my favorite. Drop A-Rod in the order and cut his salary based on unreported drug use. Also, he's not a pressure player.
Oh, my God.
Oh, geez.
So what I want to know from either the president's not going to talk to us, but from A-Rod.
Did you read that? Did you know all of that?
What changed?
This was his opinion of you?
Dude, he hated him. Like, what the hell happened?
Well, we don't know that A-Rod hated him. Just that the president hated A-Rod.
That is an absolute fair point. A-Rod has every right to say, you know what? Worse has been said about me.
Yeah.
I'm good to go. I'd be more curious what changed in the president's mind. Maybe he watched the documentary.
Yeah, maybe. Either that or he's recruiting him to be the next Mark Texera.
Huh.
Maybe he listened to A-Rod Day on the show.
You know what? Donald did listen to our show for a while, so it's very possible.
True.
You know, he told me that once.
Did he?
Yeah. Then when I got home, my dad said he was lying.
By the way, Tex did win the 21st district down in Texas.
He did, which means he's going to be a congressman because he won that primary, and that's a very red district. So
Right.
Mark Teixeira is Congressman Teixeira.
Right. That's Chip Roy's district that he's leaving to run for attorney general.
Oh, how about that? I didn't even know that. You may be right about A-Rod in politics.
Right.
But I apologize. I just need I knew that he hated A-Rod. And so when I saw A-Rod there and I sent that picture, the first thing I did was, I got to uncover this.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry.
I got to dig up the evidence.
So I found the YouTube clip in which he's like, he's a bad. Can you play that one more time? This is from like 2012 or 2013.
A-Rod's a bad guy. I've known him over the years. He's lived in my buildings. Not a good guy.
Why was he saying that?
That's a good question.
Like, what's the context of that quote from he wasn't president then?
Yeah, so my assumption is I think Trump's really big on the steroid stuff, and it really bothered him.
Right.
Look at these tweets.
Right, of course.
Like, I think that bothered him because he even made a comment, and no one pressed him on it. And I don't think we need to because it doesn't matter. He's got bigger things to worry about than baseball. But he made a comment the other day how he doesn't really like where baseball is today. You know, a very passing comment. Right. And I was curious, like, well, what do you mean? I'm not arguing with him. I just don't know. Like, is it the salary stuff with the Dodgers? Is it he wants steroids in baseball? Right. Like, I don't know what it is. And he just kind of moved on. I didn't know what the heck he meant. So my assumption is he didn't like that A-Rod cheated. I mean, especially based on these tweets. Right. He mentioned the drugs like 55 times.
And those were tweets.
But I'll tell you this about...
And those live forever.
Absolutely. But if Trump's changed his mind on A-Rod, he can get his number retired. And I'll tell you how. You know who Trump's really close with?
Who?
Randy Levine. Like Randy Levine's, I think, at the White House today for something related to sports and NIL money.
Why would that come up? Yes, that's right. There's a panel going on.
Why would that come up?
Why would A-Rod's number being retired come up from Randy Levine?
No, from the president.
Oh, the president saying
he could say
hey,
to
Randy, I have something I need to talk to you about.
Randy, what are we doing?
Oh, maybe that's why Alex went there.
I think that's possible. He knows.
Now that makes sense. All right, Mr. President. I know you hate me because I use steroids, but hey, I'm going to run for office. You know, you can back me. I'll win in whatever district you want and get my number retired.
Yeah.
I love the Yankees.
And you know why he could?
I can see that happen.
And this would not be the first time he started like doing sports opinions because remember he said Pete Rose needs to be in the Hall of Fame?
That's right.
So if Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame, my expectation is that today at the White House, privately, he's going to go to Randy and be like, what are we doing? You know what?
Right.
Trump's going to get some more support in New York.
Right.
I mean, there are some Yankee fans that want A-Rod's number retired. Anyhow, who won our little Are You Kidding Me again? It was Big Mac, right?
It was Big Mac, yes.
Welcome to hell!
Congratulations. Let's go to Ozzy and Woodridge. What's up, Oz?
What up, Ozzy?
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
All's well.
Good, man. What's on your mind?
Nothing. You also have to maybe realize it could be the steroid thing. It could be how A-Rod was treating everybody like publicly suing the league,
Right.
denying his steroid stuff.
Yeah.
But he could also have been like a bad guy in Trump's building, treating people badly. And he knew
that
he
could
was
be
like-
it.
By the way,
That's probably it.
Jokes aside, I think that's what happened because what I did cut off in the clip, and I want to be full transparency, is he went on to talk about how great Jeter is. And I just didn't think it was relevant, so I cut it out. And I think what he was alluding to is everybody loves Derek. Derek's a great guy. And A-Rod, and maybe that's just where he was in his life, was just a jerk to everybody. So that may play a big role in it. Good call, Ozzy. Good point.
Yeah, and I know something else about A-Rod. It also applies to Tiki and myself. We still work out because we are 50 and effable, and we want to stay that way. You know what I'm
Exactly
saying?
right.
I
Hell
don't do it
yeah,
for my
Ozzy.
health.
Hell yeah, Ozzy. We're vain.
You're right, Tiki. Aaron Rodgers, I wasn't too high on him, but
Now I like him. Now I like him.
Aaron Rodgers was the most relatable thing he's ever said.
100%.
Apparently. We'll get back to your calls in a minute. 888-808-1019. A lot of football going on. We also have a Cinco de Luncho, and we'll get you set for the World Baseball Classic as Team USA plays its first game tonight. And Matt Nagy. You know who Matt Nagy is?
Yeah, of course. He's the general manager for the New York Football Giants.
Not quite the general.
the offensive coordinator for the New York Football Giants.
Well, he has said a lot about Jackson Dart. So we're going to learn what Matt Nagy thinks about his new quarterback, also coming up this hour. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan.
It is time for the Drive Around the League with me, Tiki Barber. The Drive Around the League is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's HUB Delivery. Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown is the talk of the potentially available star market ahead of NFL free agency next week. Eagles GM Howie Roseman is taking trade calls on the wideout. However, the asking price, reportedly a first-rounder, has been too high so far. The 29-year-old Brown, a Super Bowl champion and consistent 1,000-yard pass catcher, is at an inflection point in his career. The Eagles are a winner, but unlike a lot of the other pass-happy teams in the league, Philly is often comfortable just letting their ground game and conservative play calling rule the day, meaning Brown will likely never reach superstar or all-pro status. It's becoming clear that he wants to spread his wings elsewhere. But that begs the obvious question, will the grass be greener or if or when he lands elsewhere? Maybe for his statistics, but unlikely for his chances for another Super Bowl. Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
His hair flapping in the breeze. He's walking to home plate.
Mets fans.
That is remarkable, even at this place.
I've never seen this before.
Yankees fans love to talk about their teams. We do too. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Sense is a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Powerful doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. So the moment Total Wireless offers a free Samsung S25 FE with Galaxy AI, when you switch to Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan, you take the network as powerful as you, with unlimited 5G data that won't slow you down. Now that's a total power move. Visit your neighborhood Total Wireless store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires new activation on a Total 5G Unlimited 3-month plan or higher. External port-in and ID verification. Available only in Total Wireless stores. Limit to 4 devices per account.
Every job needs a game plan, and for electrical contractors, Cooper Electric is yours. So believe me, they're more than just a supplier. They're your partner with unmatched product knowledge, fast delivery, and solutions that are going to save you time. Whether you're on the job site or planning your next big project, Cooper Electric gives you the edge. Make the winning play. Visit cooper-electric.com today. That's cooper-electric.com. Cooper Electric. Our knowledge is electric.
Hey, sports fans. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. During the big games this season, toast your friends and your team with a Dew and a brew. At home or at your favorite sports bar. Because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. 40% alcohol by volume. William Grant & Sons, New York, New York.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up. I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe? Yeah. I only paid. Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on 0 down payment, super low lease payments, 0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Sun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign $51.98, add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
Oh, hey, how was your vacation on MSC Cruises?
It wasn't just a vacation. It was a...
holiday. What's the difference?
It's a... holiday. Because there's European style and American comfort.
Does that happen every time you say that?
I don't know. But on... holiday. There's fresh-made pasta, and you can cheer on your favorite team at the sports bar.
No, I want to go on.
For a limited time, get up to 35% off cruises, plus kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber with a special message for New York businesses looking to diversify your income. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. When you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. There's no upfront cost, no delivery experience, and no long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Baseball or football, WFAN runs the city. Yankees bats, Mets heat, Giants defense, Jets dreams. It's all here every day. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
Got a lot to do over the next hour and a half. Idiots with Idioms here on a Friday. Matt Nagy with some public comments about Jackson Dart. WBC's about to begin. So we got a lot to cover over the next hour and a half. And, of course, your calls at 888. What's the number again? 888-808-1019.
Yes.
One of these days, I'm just going to come on the air and say 718-937. That was the number for a million years.
Yeah, didn't we try to call it a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
And it's still not taken.
Correct. And I am like, I want it. I want that to be like my new cell phone number. Maybe I'll get a burner phone, and that'll be my number.
Nice.
Anyhow, on this Friday, we have seen Paul Rosenberg earlier in the week do a great job with the Cinco de Luncho. Connor the last 2 days. Let's see how we end our Friday with this edition of Cinco de Luncho.
Sean Moraes in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Luncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
And Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. So Selection Sunday is only 9 days away. So I thought I'd give you the top 5 worst type of people during March Madness. Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
Number 5 is the guy with multiple bracket entries in his bracket pool. This is a bad person. Having multiple brackets in a bracket pool is not fair. It'd be like if someone asked you if you could join their fantasy football league and you replied, sure, but can I pay the buy-in 3 times and have 3 teams? No, you can't do that because it's obviously cheating to have 3 teams. And do you even feel a sense of pride if you're somebody that has all these brackets in there and your 15th bracket wins? You can't brag about that because you just got lucky. You just had more spare cash and gave yourself a better chance to win.
You are spot on. And I've had this opinion for a long time. I have a firm rule, 1 bracket. That's it. Now, I never win, but 1 bracket. And you're 1,000% right, because in these WFAN pools that we have, I see, and I'll call the person out because I like the person. Malusis 1, Malusis 2, Malusis 7, Malusis 9.
That's right.
Now, maybe Mark will claim that's his family. It's his sons. It's his wife. It's his uncle. I don't know. But I keep seeing Mark Malusis' name 12 times, and that does feel unethical.
And sometimes it'll happen in a pool where there's only like 45 brackets. One guy has 7 or 8. It's not fair.
Not fair.
Here we go.
Number 4.
The guy who allegedly still has a perfect bracket. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You run into somebody, they say, oh, yeah, I still have a perfect bracket. It's the Elite 8, and there's no way you still have a perfect bracket. And then you'll say, okay, show me it. Oh, well, it's online. I got to log in. I forgot my password. There's no way you had St. Peter's Prep in the Elite 8. You did not. So anyone claiming to have a perfect bracket after, like, the first 10 games, another liar and another bad person.
So true.
It's true.
That happens every year, though.
Every year. Someone's like, I got a perfect bracket. You don't. And also, you're jinxing it if you did, because you don't talk about perfect games as they're happening.
Right.
You numbskull.
Here we go.
Number 3.
Number 3 is the guy who is a huge fan of a school that he did not go to. And this is aimed directly at people who root for Duke or North Carolina. You got a 700 on your SAT. Duke wouldn't let you within 5,000 feet of their campus. Why are you rooting for them? And I root for Notre Dame football, but it's a little bit different. As an Irish Catholic, if you don't root for Notre Dame football, you can't go to heaven. That's how it is. Irish people have 3 things going for us. We have Bono, we have Notre Dame football, and really that's about it. So honestly, I have no choice. But the people that root for Duke or North Carolina,
You're faking
it.
And now there's all these St. John's fans that are coming out of the woodwork. My uncle used to know Lou Carnesecca. I didn't go there. Or they went there. It's like, prove that you went to St. John's, because there's all these St. John's fans coming out of the woodwork now, too.
Yeah. I do see where you're coming from, and I think that's why I'm not a diehard fan, because I didn't go to any of these places. Right. So it's like, how do you have that affinity towards them?
Wahoo wah. I'm all organic.
You're organic?
UVA, let's go, baby.
Oh, no.
Even though we just got our asses handed to us by Duke.
Oh, did you? By Duke? And all those fraud fans?
By like 30.
Or all those Tar Heel hats you see around. Like, have you ever even gone to North Carolina? Have you stepped foot in North Carolina?
Right.
The one defense I'll make of St. John's, can I give a little bit of a defense?
Okay.
They are, and I'm not like a St. John's fan, obviously.
Right.
They're like the local team. They're like the Knicks. And so that even if you didn't go to St. John's, they are New York City's team. And so I understand that a hell of a lot more than all the other examples you can come up with.
But some of those people also were Syracuse fans until they got bad, or they were Villanova fans in the Jay Wright era.
Well, then
sometimes they switch.
Then they're frauds.
Here we go.
Number 2.
The guy who does a ton of research and acts like he's Joe Lunardi or Dick Vitale. He studies the Ken Pom ratings, the strength of schedules, defensive metrics, offensive efficiency. Just pick the teams based on the mascots. We all know you're not going to give yourself a better chance to win.
Nice.
Your mom won your bracket pool last year just based on picking it off the mascots. Just take it easy. It's not that serious. Do something a little bit more productive instead. And I am the guy that has done this in the past, and I no longer do it because you're not going to give yourself a better chance to win.
You're not. No, you're right. And it's just a waste of time.
You're right.
Like, you can make yourself sound smart. So maybe we'll do it because we're on the radio. We want to try to sound smart. But at the end of the day, it's not going to give you any kind of leg up on winning in your bracket.
No, I did all sorts of research one year, and I had Virginia, who lost to the 16th seed.
Nice.
But then I stuck with it the next year,
There you
and
go.
I won my pool. So
There
how
you
about
go.
that? And here we go.
Number 1.
The number one worst type of person to run into during March Madness this time of year is people who went to Syracuse University. People like me. People who are bitter and cranky because our team stinks. Duke is just destroying Syracuse. I watched the game last month. They beat them by like 60 points. That used to be like a big deal when Syracuse played Duke. Not anymore. The last time Syracuse had a good basketball team, Jimmy Carter was in office. The last time Syracuse had a basketball team that was anything worthwhile, J.J. Redick was like a freshman. They have not had a 20-plus win season in 10 years since my freshman year.
Wow.
And I'm
Holy
31
cow.
years old. So at this point, March Madness has just turned into a depressing affair for Syracuse fans.
Yeah, that part
Wow.
I'm the opposite of. I love seeing
Nicely
the
done.
Syracuse fans cry. Like, I enjoy that because it's like everyone went to Syracuse or has some connection to it. So seeing them lose is actually kind of fun.
You
I'm good.
almost needed Boeheim just to stay forever.
Forever.
Honestly.
No, I
'Cause
get
as soon
you.
as he left, you knew where it was going.
I can't
It's hard to get people to go up, kids. I mean, how do you, why, you went up there for media, but for sports? Why are you going all the way?
That's the only reason
And
people
that was
go
like
there.
one of the only things to do there because it would snow almost every day. It'd be
Yes.
sub-zero temperatures, and it was a huge deal. But the first time they played Duke in the ACC, people slept outside the Carrier Dome because as you're a student, you want first come, first serve to get the best seat.
Right.
Then someone, I think it might have been BT, posted a picture of the now JMA Wireless Dome, I think it's called. It was borderline empty for one of their games.
That's what they call it now?
Yeah,
the Carrier
no
Dome
longer
is
the Carrier Dome.
JML. See, I don't buy that. I call it what I want to call it.
Yeah, it's still a Carrier Dome.
Yes, that's the thing. Until the sponsor starts paying us individually, you can call it whatever you want. I've heard rumors.
The Steelers, to me, still play in Heinz Field.
No, I'm with you. Safe Cove in Seattle, Pac Bell Park in San Francisco.
Oh, I screw up Giant Stadium every year.
Yeah,
the
that one-
Staples Center.
Enron Field in Houston. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say that. That's where Team USA is playing. You know what they call that ballpark now?
No.
It went from Enron Field to Minute Maid Park to Daikin Field.
Daikin?
I'm not making it up. Daikin.
What is Daikin?
I don't no idea. I'm going to guess oil. That'd be my guess. Like, I'm going to go, it's Houston, we'll go with oil.
Right.
But I've heard a nasty rumor, and you can look into this. This is just a rumor, that the Citi Field contract with Citi is going to expire. And I've heard rumors that they're done and that there's going to be a new name for Citi Field. And what I would tell the New York Mets is that unless I'm getting a check from the new company, I will call it Citi Field. And there's just nothing anybody could do about it. And it's not just me. I think a lot of us will.
Unless Cadillac, who does the Cadillac Club, takes it over, and it's Cadillac Field.
Okay, you can call it that, but it's very difficult. And it's nothing against the new sponsor. I want to make it clear whether it's Cadillac
It's just
or-
familiar to you.
It's just weird.
So
And
it's been that way since it opened.
Yes, it has. And that's my
Yeah.
rules. That's why MetLife is easy for me because it's always been MetLife
Right.
Stadium. It's always been Citi Field. When you start changing it, especially after history has been written in that ballpark or that stadium or that
It's
arena,
hard.
I can't do it, man.
Right.
Like,
It's like CenturyLink. I don't even know what it's called anymore. Which is, what is it? Seahawks.
I don't even know.
You don't even know.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, Lumen Field,
Lumen,
right?
right. And then you've got these parks that have had multiple name changes where it goes from this to this to this to this. So, look, the Mets can make all their money if they change it off of Citi Field. I will be the majority who says, I'm calling it Citi Field. I'll call it whatever I want. Like, unless you're paying us money, like, we're not forced to call it. Like, you can put the sign up, obviously, do whatever you want. The announcers, you can tell them to call it that, but I'm always going to say what its original name was. It's one of the issues of the naming rights things. Like, I'm okay with naming rights, but it almost needs to just be permanent.
Right.
Like, that's it. I am trying to think, like, if they change Citi Field to a name that's so cool, would I be okay with it? Like, what's a sponsor? I'd be like, it's so badass. I may go with that. I don't know.
Do you think the Yankees would ever allow their stadium to be called anything besides Yankee Stadium?
They will not. Same with the Garden. I give James Dolan and Hal Steinbrenner a lot of credit. They have been very firm about that. I'm sure they could sell the naming rights. What they do is they sell a lot of other aspects of the arena, the Chase Bridge.
Right.
And that's fine.
Right.
Like, I got no problem. That's business,
That's
baby.
actually the way to do it.
I think that's the absolute way to do it.
Because it keeps the iconic nature name the same.
Let me ask you this question. How much does it cost? Like, City, I don't know what City pays the Mets, but what is like the running cost per year for a stadium name?
No idea.
I know it like $10 million.
It's got to be more than that.
Well, I'm going to ask Grok. I got to get the answer because I got a big idea.
I would think it's more like $100 million.
It says here $7.4 million per year.
$7.4 million.
So it's the $100 million deals.
Oh, the way, no.
Is more like it's a 10-year deal.
So let me get this
Top
straight.
tier NFL, NBA, NHL venues often command 10 to 35 plus million.
So a year. So sometimes you hear these. That's why you hear these $300 million deals.
Yeah, it's over a long time.
It's like for a decade.
So if Citi Field is 7.4, I want to make it clear that Luke Weaver makes more money than the Mets do off of Citi, correct?
Yeah.
If that's the case, Stevie, if you're listening.
Yeah. Keep it City.
No.
Call it Stevie Field.
Call it after like Tom Seaver or after the Mets. Like, do you really need that money?
Yeah.
You just made $1 billion in the whatever he does.
Yeah, but he also lost a ton of money running the Mets.
No, and I do appreciate
Rico
that.
Bronya Stadium.
I appreciate how much he spends. My point is it better to just eat that money, because it's only $7.5 million, and call it something that the fans would love? Like the goodwill that you'd get from fans if you just come out. You're Steve Cohen, you say, listen, I could make $10 million a year. I could. But I'm going to call this the new Shea Stadium, or I'm going to call it Mets Park, or I'm going to call it George Thomas Seaver Stadium, whatever you want to honor.
Right.
Don't you think the goodwill would be so worth the not that much money that you would be getting?
Definitely it would, but it's going to cost you as opposed to making money owning a franchise. And now ultimately you want to make money owning your franchise.
Here's the real question.
That's the challenge.
You should ask me this question. I'm going to give you a question to ask me. Evan. You can get the stadium named after the Mets, but you're going to pay for it in ticket prices. Are you still willing to have it be Met Stadium?
Are you paying a premium, Evan, to have the Citi Field now called Met Stadium?
No.
That's like $5,000 extra a year.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
While I appreciate that, I am not giving up money for that. So.
You're already giving them your dollars.
I'm already giving them a lot of dollars this season. So, yes, good call. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Rich in North Branford. What's up, Rich?
Hi, guys. I got a out-of-the-box trade for the Jets and Tua.
Yep.
I wanted to run by you.
Yes.
The Dolphins trade Tua and this year's draft pick to the Jets. The Jets then turn the second pick, the 11th pick, and the 16th pick to the Raiders for this year's one. The Jets get Mendoza. The Raiders have 3 picks this year to start rebuilding the team. They're going to be horrible this next year anyways. They may have the number 1 pick again. Then the following year, they can get their quarterback.
Well, okay, so a couple of things. The Jets are doing the same thing of using their cap space as a weapon to take on Tua to get an extra first.
Yeah.
And then making the Godfather offer to the Raiders that they can make anyway.
Right.
They don't need an extra first from Miami to make the Godfather offer. And I would make a significant offer to Spytek and the Raiders. I don't know if it'd be enough, but I would absolutely make that phone call. And based on Darren Muji a week ago or so at the Combine, when he said, yeah, we're open to anything, but ask Spytek.
Right.
I doubt it. Leads me to believe he did make the phone call. So forget Tua for a second and all that. You're basically saying, are the Raiders open for business on the number 1 pick? And so far, there have been 0 indications that they are. I wish that they were.
Right.
I think on a lot of levels, Fernando Mendoza is the perfect guy for this team, for this Jet team.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because he's not a project. He feels like he's almost sure to be very capable, and if he can grow into a superstar, he's the perfect personality.
I think his personality is perfect, but I also think, to your point, this roster is perfect for it.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I hear Jet fans or non-Jet fans say, they're not ready, they should just get more picks, draft the quarterback down the road. Like, why? They have a good offensive line. They have a number 1 wide receiver. They have a legitimate running back. And, they have an older offensive coordinator who's got experience.
Right.
Like, I would think if you're Fernando Mendoza and you get to pick wherever you want to go, by the way, the Jets are a good spot based on everything I just laid out. The problem is the Raiders aren't open for business. Hunter is in Merrick. Hey, Hunter. Hello, Hunter.
Hunter,
hey,
what's up?
How you doing?
All's good.
Good.
So I think one of the things with the Giants is I'm not a huge Theo Johnson fan. And free agent tight end, what do you guys think about maybe trying to get Travis Kelce? Especially like
God, doesn't he's just so old. It feels like he's shot.
Are they moving on from him though? I don't think they are. They're trying to win.
I don't think so. I think they're trying to win.
And Mahomes loves him.
He's probably going to give it another year, but he just can't give it to you every game. And I think if you're a new head coach, you got to have somebody who can give it to you. You can't have maintenance days for one of your best players. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I think Travis Kelce's either retiring or playing for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they would want him back. I think he would want to come back. So I get it. It's a cute story. It's a fun story.
Yeah,
I don't think it's real. Andy is in the Poconos. What's up, Andy?
Yo, Tiki Evan, what's up?
What's up, man?
Yo, Tiki, thank you for everything you've done for the Big Blue.
Thank you, man.
For all those years. Huge Giants fan here. I just want to comment one thing before my point, the "Are you kidding me" point on Joe Montana. Do we realize that he won a Super Bowl without Jerry Rice?
Yes.
Yes,
right.
he did.
Let's just
right. He won 4 of them. I get that Jerry was great.
He won 4 of them, and he won 1 without Jerry. All right, so my favorite Joe Montana moments, by the way, are Leonard Marshall and Jim Burt. So I got to get that in there.
That's right. That's a great one.
By the way, I think
those are bad Jerry Rice or bad Joe Montana moments for Joe Montana. That is,
as what happens often with Craig. He makes let me describe this. What appears to be a crazy point. You think about it, it makes a lot of sense. But the reasons it makes a lot of sense has nothing really to do with what he actually said. So the Jerry Rice part is not true. I think it would be more the Bill Walsh and the offense argument.
Right.
That makes more sense. But look, at the end of the day, is he Nick Foles? Probably
Jeff
not.
Garcia wins 5 Super Bowls with the 49ers.
Let's go to Matt in Ridgefield. Hey, Matt.
Hey, great segue. As I'm a Niners fan. What did he say? I missed it before I get to my trade for you again.
So we do it.
But what did he say?
We do a segment here called "Are You Kidding Me?" where we find the 4 craziest opinions from WFAN the week that was, and my buddy Craig Carton said that Joe Montana was very overrated, essentially, and basically he's Nick Foles. He compared him to Nick Foles.
he basically said he's a modern day he would be Nick Foles.
Yeah, that was
That's great. That's amazing. All right, so I've been talking to all my Jets amazing. All my Jets friends more and more. And the more and more, I hear Mac Jones getting thrown around. I don't want to get rid of him as a 49ers fan. I think having him as a backup is clutch. But, if you guys as a Jets team can win 8 to 9 games this year if you get Mac Jones. And, the fact that I don't hear him more and more for the Jets, and I hear these other plans of, like, Kirk Cousins or these other routes, Mac Jones was good with the Patriots before McDaniels left. Then he won last year with the Niners. He had a bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s and no George Kittle.
No, here's the thing about Mac Jones. So on the Evan Roberts quarterback big board, Mac Jones is number 6, which is pretty good, which shows you I do respect him. I like him to a degree.
Right.
The turnoff on Mac Jones is the cost.
Yeah.
And
you got to trade something for him.
And look, if I go
and it's not worth trading for him
because the ceiling on Mac Jones is solid.
Yeah.
The ceiling on Mac Jones is not franchise quarterback. If it was, then give him the 2nd-round pick. Drive it over there. But I look at Mac Jones as a capable, solid starting quarterback in this league. I'm afraid to give up big draft capital for that. Like, you always want to do better than that. And so, like, a guy like Kyler Murray, who I have ranked higher, and Malik Willis, who I have ranked higher on the Evan Roberts quarterback big board, is because I think their ceiling is higher.
Right.
Now, you could certainly argue Mac Jones' floor is higher, and that's fine. But I'm looking for the ceiling. So my issue with trading for Mac Jones is if the Niners are asking for a 2nd-round pick, I'm not going there. I'm just not.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Because his upside is sketchy and not guaranteed.
Absolutely. Matt Nagy has talked about Jackson Dart publicly for the first time. We'll take a listen to what he had to say. Also, some thoughts on the World Baseball Classic and more of your calls at 888-808-1019. But let's get a little updated with a WFAN Fan Focus.
And this Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The Patriots reached an agreement today with QB Tommy DeVito on a 2-year, $7.4 million deal that includes $2 million guaranteed per his agent, Sean Stellato.
He's still around.
He still is.
Good for Tommy. He's staying in New England. We got more coming up. It's Evan and Tiki until 2 p.m. this afternoon.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. Now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer, and this thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
It's The Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on The Fan, 101.9 FM.
He's like, damn it, I thought I had an out.
Let me
and
just
chucks the bat off the field towards the dugout. He doesn't know that Piazza is running up the first baseline.
Even Clemens would tell you he threw the bat at Piazza.
No, he didn't.
Get The Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Look, I'm not the guy to question whether Brett Veach and the Kansas City Chiefs know exactly when to pull the ripcord on a successful top-of-the-line corner. They've got a track record of knowing exactly when to move on from guys at that position. But this feels different. You don't sell off an all-pro corner for draft picks if you think you're a true Super Bowl contender. And that's exactly what they did by moving Trent McDuffie. They said the quiet part out loud. We're not contenders this year. I'm Chris Mack.
The most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me, because I'm a talking calculator. Did I mention Tax Slayer even has support from real US-based humans if you have any questions along the way? Beat the rush and start for free today. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
Wendy's has a new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mints cookie pieces, rich creamy frosty, and a mint chocolate cookie sauce. Which means Girl Scout Thin Mints and Wendy's Frosty, yeah, they're basically best friends now. It's like two delicious desserts just high-fived, snapped a few too many friendship selfies, and then rode a tandem bike down a never-ending road of mint chocolate frosty perfection. So, swing by Wendy's and try the new Thin Mints Frosty Fusion.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you know what the scariest sound to hear on a factory floor is? Silence. That means something somewhere broke. Production has stopped, and now you're paying your workers to wait while the team troubleshoots and tries to fix the problem. Finally, there's a proactive way to reduce equipment downtime, thanks to MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset management system that brings your maintenance downtime to zero. MaintainX lets you build preventative maintenance schedules, manage work orders in real time, and access the data you need to make better decisions. Downtime equals death in the production world, so make unplanned downtime a thing of the past. Try MaintainX for free. Control the daily operations of your business and transform your maintenance program by going to maintainx.com. That's maintain in the letter X.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery.
All right, your Friday night just got a little louder because NBA Happy Hour is live on FanDuel. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel's running limited time specials to pregame your weekend. We're talking boosts, bonuses, surprises, all dropping right in the app. Set your alarm so you don't miss these boosts. It's a perfect way to kick off the weekend. A little basketball, a little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started. That's FanDuel.com/New York. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including any bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small, they've helped mark the moments that matter most to their customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As they celebrate a century of excellence, they thank you for being a part of their story, and they look forward to the moments still to come. They invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
Start the day with Boomer and Geo, mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
Yo! Evan and Tiki on this Friday. I'm flying out tonight to go to spring training. We'll be doing a live Rico Bronya Saturday at Das Beer Garden in Jupiter. And I've already gotten notice that my flight's delayed.
Already?
Yeah. 8.5 hours before we take off. It's going to take off 35 minutes later, which is not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But I am already taking a late flight.
But that means likely the plane is late getting in.
That's what it probably is. Look, I don't love...
That's the problem with late flights, is that you're dependent upon on time before.
Yes, and I know these are my famous final words as I try to make the show on Monday with an early morning flight. That's why I take early morning flights, because they're less likely to be delayed, which is my famous final words, as I will miss the entirety of Monday's show due to a late flight. I'll come in here at like 1:47.
What is the game tomorrow? What time is the game tomorrow?
The Mets are playing the Cardinals 1 o'clock in Jupiter, Florida. The podcast will be right after the game.
So if worst came to worst, you could get out early tomorrow morning. It would suck, but
yeah, no, absolutely. I wouldn't like that.
No,
I'd like to get there late tonight. But yeah, you're right. I got some
sleep in. Right.
I got some wiggle room. But I love going to spring training. If you haven't done it, it's a fun exercise. I almost forgot that Matt Nagy is the new offensive coordinator of the New York Football Giants.
We haven't said his name since he got hired.
We really haven't. Like, we were all about who's going to be the coordinator, who's going to be the OC. Is it going to be Todd Monken? Obviously, Todd gets the Cleveland job. It turns into Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy did an interview with sports talk radio legend Howard Eskin, who now does a podcast. And he had Matt Nagy on. And want to hear Matt Nagy talk about Jackson Dart?
Let's.
Because this is going to be the first public comments from Matt Nagy breaking down his new quarterback. So here he is. Matt Nagy on Jackson Dart.
I've been evaluating quarterbacks for a long time, and I happened to ironically watch his college tape last year and came away. I loved his film last year, loved him. And then I watched him at the Combine, and I saw something that he has some moxie, and he has that it factor that is not everybody has. And when you have that as a 22-year-old kid, you have this it factor. I kind of went through that a little bit in Kansas City with in 2017 with Patrick, and to where he's taken himself to now, it's just different. And then you talk to the coaches that were with him last year, and you see how he led and what the respect that he got from his peers and his teammates. The kid is super tough. He has a connectivity to him. Guys love him. They want to play for him. That's a start. Now we got to take it to the next level. But I really believe he can be really, really good. But obviously, like any quarterback, you got to have guys around you. I mean, look at Patrick, his rookie year or his second year in 2018. He had an offensive line. He had Travis Kelce in his prime. He had Tyreek Hill. He had Sammy Watkins as a top free agent, and he had Kareem Hunt as a young guy. So and those guys, a lot of them knew the offense. So they're all a little bit different. They took advantage of that. But, for Jackson, the sky's the limit for him, and he's a great kid, and he wants it.
Right. I think the biggest thing that I hear there, obviously the moxie, you can just see it. He's just confident in how he plays. It was the connectability. You feel that. Like you just want to kind of hang out with him. When we talked to him last year at the training camp, you feel very comfortable being next to him.
Yeah.
And he makes you feel comfortable. And I know he's that way with all of his teammates, and it's one of the traits of a great leader. Josh Allen is that way. Lamar Jackson is that way. Pat Mahomes obviously as well I don't know Pat Mahomes, but as Nagy was explaining, you need that because you are going to become the leader of the team. Even if you don't have the personality to do it, you're going to become the leader of the team. So it's better if you can relate to everybody.
Here is more of Matt Nagy talking about his quarterback, Jackson Dart.
When I first got the job, I went right into it and started watching every play from the entire season last year and a little bit from the previous season. And I wanted to see just, how the players played, et cetera. But as I was watching Jackson, I put together some clips that I saved and tagged of hits that did not need to be taken. And there's a volume of those. And so being able, when I can get with him and show him these clips, listen, don't change your game. Your game, like what you do as a runner is rare. It's different. We're not going to take that away from you. But there's going to be a lot of runs in this first year, rookie year of yours, where you took some hits that you did not need to take, dude, at all. And you took them. Like there's one I can think down where he's running down the sideline for a 15-yard gain. And he goes ahead and he could easily just get out of bounds and not take a hit. And he lowers his shoulder, takes an extra hit, and not needed. It got you a half a yard. Just get out of bounds. There's another one where he runs a safety over, takes the ball, runs 25 yards downfield, switches the ball into his left hand, and then goes and throws a forearm to the guy's helmet that's trying to tackle him. And so like little things like that. But eliminate those, take those away, and keep doing the other stuff because it's a weapon, and teams are scared to death of it.
I love that.
He nailed it.
Of course he did. I mean, Matt Nagy's a smart coach, and it's not a complicated exercise for that part of the game. Teaching young players when you should take a hit and when you shouldn't.
Now, Jackson has said in the past, and maybe it'll be different now, this is how I play.
Yeah.
Not really going to change. Matt Nagy basically told you he's going to have to change.
Yeah.
Not fully, not like change everything, but
I think that's overstating it. I'm not saying I don't think he's saying he's going to have to change.
Well, he's saying there's a volume of plays I'll show you where you didn't need to do that.
Yeah, do everything the same except for the last half a second of the play.
Right.
That's not changing. That's just being smart.
Well, it is changing. It's not an overwhelming overhaul of a change, but yeah.
Yeah, but saying it that he's going to have to change makes it seem like he's doing something wrong. I don't think he's doing something wrong. I think he just needs to do something smarter.
Yes, he's being overly aggressive sometimes. It's that extra yard that isn't worth it sometimes.
Right. Well, he thinks he's a running back.
Right.
And he's not Josh Allen. Josh Allen is actually built like a running back. Like that dude has a big ass. He's got big ass shoulders. I'm being serious. If you hit him, it's going to hurt you. Like if you're a DB and you hit Josh Allen, you're going to get hurt.
Oh no, it's a great point.
You're a DB and you hit Jackson Dart. You're heavier than Jackson Dart.
I hear the drop. That's all. I just know, like right next to this,
he's fat.
I'm gonna have.
He's fat.
I'm gonna have. He's got a big ass. Like I feel
he does. He's fat.
Yeah.
He does.
I saw a belly.
I saw some cheeks.
A nice round ass.
So yeah, please cut that, Connor. We need to have that in the grouping. We'll get back to your phone calls. We got some baseball coming up this hour, including the World Baseball Classic and what Paul Goldschmidt had to say about it that can ruffle some feathers. Let's go to, I knew this was going to continue to be a topic now, Roger Clemens and his bat.
Oh, jeez.
Scott on Long Island. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Evan, what's up?
What's up?
I was calling way back from the City Field naming rights discussion, and I think what they should definitely do is keep the name City, but just don't get a new sponsor and just call it CITY City Field and eat that money.
The problem, by the way, it's a really good idea. Like
that is. It's funny because if you don't know, that's kind of what you think.
Right. You don't even know it's a sponsor. The problem is you're giving a company that's no longer giving you money the same name, even if you change the Y or from the I to the Y.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to give Citibank, with all due respect to them,
right,
continued naming rights on a stadium when they're not paying.
Because it sounds the same.
Yes, it does sound the same.
Right.
And you're right. I think people, look, we don't know what Dyken Field is. We have no idea.
No. If you said it, I'd be like, where is that?
That's Houston, by the way. That's
I know.
where the World Baseball
Now
Classic.
we know because you just told us. But if you had said, I don't know, at 10:30 today, hey, we're going to go down to Dyken Field, I'd be like, wow, where are you going?
And I give you 10 guesses on where we're going. So I'm sure there are people, as popular as City is, that would just be like, oh, yeah, it's City Field. When the Reds first named Great American Ballpark, I thought they were just being cocky. Like, this is the Great American Ballpark.
Right.
Little did I know that it was an insurance company. Let's go to Sean in Alandia. What's up, Sean?
Hey, fellas, big fan. Evan, you're great. Tiki, I loved repping you as a kid wearing your jersey.
Thank you, bud.
One thing, back to the City Field thing. How would you feel if they renamed it Shea, like Shea 2.0 and everything like that? Because being a Met fan, it's character development. They'll get your hopes up and then kill you in the end.
So what does that have to do with going back to Shea? I don't have a problem with that because Yankee Stadium is Yankee Stadium, and you just know it's different than the other. Busch Stadium is Busch Stadium, even though you know it's different from the other. And look, you could ask my dad when you meet him. He still calls it Shea Stadium.
Right.
Like, even though it's City Field, he's like, yeah, we're going to Big Shea.
Right.
We're going to Shea Stadium. Let's hear from our buddy Kendrick in Suffern. What's up, Kendrick?
Hey, guys. Evan, thanks for the shout-out earlier this week. My phone was blowing up while I was teaching, and today I'm going to read to my daughter's class, Read Across America. So that's my my prep period here. I'm reviewing the work.
Nice.
The kids. That's
very cool, man.
Yeah. No. So draft time is my favorite sports talk of the year, and so I wanted to touch on that idea I had earlier. But before, we've been talking quarterbacks a lot this week. The guy behind the glass, Connor Green, has to be known as Malik these days because he has been given a few opportunities here in the daytime, and he has taken the ball and run with it, and he's going to get a contract soon, too, because he is awesome.
There you go. I think that's a good comparison, Malik.
I'd rather Malik Willis of WFAN than be the Joe Montana of WFAN.
There you go. I laid it up perfectly for you there, CG. Now, in terms of the Colts, the part of the idea of this is force them to spend more because guys like Pittman and Zaire Franklin are on the chopping block now, too. So at the very least, that idea was more to drive up the price for more cost-cutting decisions for the Colts. The other thing I want to bring up is we have the Cowboys pick. And a few months back, and Sean and Tiki had a show last week when you were on break, was Brandon Aubrey. I don't understand why this guy isn't being, courted as a weapon in this league. And when you're the Jets, and you're building a defense-first, run-game mentality, guys are going to think about going for it on 4th and 4 when they're close to the midfield, because if you turn the ball over, we're 1 first down away from 3 points with a guy like that. So he fits this model of just like ground and pound and get the points and play scrappy when we're talking about trying to earn wins in the fourth quarter. I know, Tiki, when Dable was here with the Giants, you'd always say that year that they had success, it was like hang around,
Right.
don't get knocked out, and then you win when those close games.
Right. Find a way to win it at the end. Right.
Exactly. And what better way to win it at the end when you have a special teams? And people keep forgetting the Jets' special teams was a strength. Nick Foles was great. He was older. He was limited with how far he could go with his range. A guy like Brandon Aubrey would change the complexion. And last thing, guys, Tiki, I think I'm onto it with Matt Nagy. He came from Kansas City. I think the Jeremiah Love to the Giants was a smokescreen to try to get them to flip their pick.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
With the McDuffie deal.
Right,
So if
go
they
back.
were really in on McDuffie,
Right.
maybe they were just trying to flip the pick because Matt Nagy knew how much KC wants him.
That's an interesting point.
I like that.
He's probably right.
I like that.
Would
Would you have done that? Like, you're not trading the 5th overall pick. You're moving back a few slots.
Right.
And that value gets you a Pro Bowl corner. I wonder if that was on the table. That's an interesting one. Swapping a first-round picks for Trent McDuffie.
100%.
That's worth more than – what's the point system tell you on that?
So,
think about this. How many points
hold on, let me look at this.
is a – because Kansas City's picking 9th, you said, right?
Kansas City is picking 9th, and they are at 1350. The Giant pick is 25. Wait, I can't even read this. 2600.
So that's –
wait, what is this? Yeah, it's 2500. So it's – how many points is that?
That's about 1,200 points.
Yeah.
So how many points is the –
No, that's a Jet. I'm looking at the Jet. You're talking Giants.
Giants
are
Chiefs.
1,700.
So what's the difference?
350 points.
That's
So
it?
that's basically a 3rd round pick.
Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't be enough then.
No.
You'd have to
add something else.
Yeah, because remember, it was a first-round pick on its own,
Right.
essentially, plus that got the McDuffie deal done. Interesting thought. Tommy's in Valley Stream. What's up, Tommy?
What's up? Good afternoon, guys. I just want to say it's unfortunate that Sean's on vacation because now we all have to see his toes in the sand on social media.
Yes. He's more active on Twitter when he's not on the air. He's at Epcot Center today, which is just the best place to be, and he's trying to drink around the world.
Right.
And
That's
sure,
hard.
Yeah.
I didn't make it. I got 4.
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah, I did 3 and I was done.
Yeah, I was shot. It's my point was we started in Mexico.
Can't start in Mexico.
And so I did margarita, obviously, because it was delicious. And it was middle of summer, so it's hot as hell. Margarita with a shot. So margarita and a shot.
Yeah, that's a tough way to start.
It was basically over from 1.
Drunks.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tommy.
What up, Tommy?
I was going to try to convince you for some reason that Justin Fields should be the starting quarterback next year for the Jets, but I'd rather just pivot to a Mets point if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's better, I think.
I don't know if you're as excited for the season as I am because I just feel like there's going to be so much depth on the roster, position-wise and pitching-wise, that I feel like it's going to be a vibe on the team that you have to perform or you're not going to play. And I feel like that's good for any organization.
Yeah, I mean, right now they feel very deep, and I hate to say this because I'm going to go down there and something bad will happen. They haven't had any injuries.
I know.
Like, the injury is Lindor,
Really?
and it feels
Really?
like he's trending to be ready for opening day.
Right. Really, no one.
Well, it's not, now you're going for like
Even the Yankees haven't really. I mean, they have the Cody Bellinger back issue, but that's like whatever. It feels like more maintenance than anything.
And the previously diagnosed injuries, the ones we already knew about.
Nothing new.
But yeah, I'm excited for every Mets season, don't get me wrong. But I think over the last few years, I'll give Steve Cohen this, even if it hasn't worked out. I go into every season thinking we can win the World Series.
Right.
Now, that was not the case during the Wilpon era. I'd still be excited in 2012 for the season, but I did not go into the year thinking we could win the World Series.
Right.
I went in the year thinking maybe we'll surprise everybody and be decent. But I think when you look at the talent on this roster, despite all the changes, and yes, there's plenty of questions to go around. They're certainly not the favorites. You go into a season thinking, yeah, we can win it all. I'm not saying we will. I'm certainly not predicting it. But that is exciting. And the other two things I'm selfishly excited about from a player perspective, the two player aspects that I'm excited about is Juan Soto. He is an all-time hitter, and getting to watch him every day is an honor. And the other thing is Nolan McClain. I cannot wait every 5 days to watch that man toe the rubber and freaking shove.
Unless it's 6 days because they do a 6-man rotation.
Whatever.
Not.
Whenever he's on the mound with those big hulking legs and the confidence and the cockiness, like you know me, I'm a sucker for dominant starting pitching. And he's got it. Ike's in Brooklyn. Hey, Ike.
What up, Ike?
Hi, boys.
What's up?
Okay, well, that struck a nerve, the conversation, or you're playing the Nagy tape. And the reason why is I'm a Dolphin fan, a Tua fan. Or at least I was.
Yeah.
Right? And, I remember 2 years ago, Tua got hurt by running the ball. And the team, especially the coach, literally criticized him. He said, you cannot do that for the sake of the team. You cannot get hurt. And I think that affected him this past year where he's not standing in the pocket, waiting that last second, taking a hit where you need to do sometimes. Right? He was probably getting rid of the ball a little bit early.
But don't you think?
The interception.
But don't you think that's related to a few things further along than what's going on with Jackson Dart? Tua's had a lot of concussions.
Right.
There's a thought that he shouldn't play anymore.
Right.
And I think that
they were devastating concussions.
Yes. So I think the handling of Tua, and by the way, doing a deep dive on Tua, because we opened the show talking about the idea of bringing him in along with a first-round draft pick. And I made very clear, I'm not interested in Tua. I'm interested in the draft pick. But I did do some studying on Tua, and that's one of the things that you see. The Dolphins really handled him with a lot of care last year. That's not Jackson Dart.
Right.
All Matt Nagy is saying is, hey, let's just be a little bit smarter on the unnecessary hits.
Right.
Like Jackson Dart is still going to make plays with his legs. You still want him to make plays with his legs.
Of course.
It's just, hey, that extra yard, that may not be worth it.
Yeah, that extra hit, that extra 5 inches that you're going to take a hit for is not worth it.
Right.
Unless you are desperately in need of a first down and it's the end of the game type of situation.
Yes. Frank's in Syosset. Hey, Frank.
Yeah, hey, Evan. I wanted to ask you about the first and third base coaching rule this year where they could possibly be ejected.
Yeah.
I mean, you know it's going to happen. A coach is going to get accused of stealing signs.
Yeah.
Do you see the day where a catcher is not putting a physical sign down?
Yeah,
and using some form of technology.
Well, we're already doing that. I mean, that's what PitchCom is,
Right.
essentially. Like, they've already kind of gotten rid of that to begin with. My gut on this first base coach, third base coach rule is it's just not going to be really enforced. Like, the first few weeks of the year, they will.
Right.
And then eventually, if you're paying attention, and I don't think I will, but maybe I will because Tiki's interested, you'll start to see the coaches
creep back.
Yeah,
you'll see it. It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the rule is not there.
Right.
The rule exists.
It just wasn't enforced.
It's just never enforced. So it's like the NFL when they do the points of emphasis. Like, let's do a point of emphasis on offensive tackles being actually on the line of scrimmage and not in the backfield.
Yep.
Because they're trying to get an edge on these speed rushers. So you saw a ton of penalties, procedural penalties on offensive tackles because they were lined up in the backfield.
Before the pitch clock, there was a rule that you had to throw the pitch in a certain amount of time, and they never enforced it.
Of course.
Like, no one even knew it existed because no umpire would call it. So basically, they're going to have to build a cage around first base and third base. That's the only way it'll be enforced. Duke's in Westport, Connecticut. Hey, Duke.
Hey, guys. Pleasure, as always. Ev, this one's really for you. So I used to work in ballpark ops for the New York Mets, and I'm not here to air anything out or anything like that. Utmost respect for everybody I worked with. I have since left the company, and this is not why I left the company, but I actually submitted a proposal for when Citi Field is all said and done to rebuild Shea Stadium to scale, including the puddles of water that sat on the Grand Concourse on a hot June day outside of Casey's. Love you guys. Let's go Mets. Talk to you soon.
That would be amazing. I wanted them to do that. This was a fake story. And I don't know if we were working together or it may have actually been with Joe. It may have been that long ago. Where there was
I don't know if I know this one.
There was a fake story that they were rebuilding the Polo Grounds. That they were going to the site of the Polo Grounds in Manhattan.
Okay.
And they were just going to rebuild it. They were going to rebuild the stadium to play exhibition games there.
Oh, God.
And
true story.
For 30 seconds, I lost my mind. Like, this is the greatest thing ever. I can't believe it. And then I found out it was just a ruse. And it makes sense. Like, of course it's a ruse. So I'd love to rebuild old stadiums. I'd be like the coolest thing ever. I mean, honestly, didn't the Mets already do that? They rebuilt Ebbets Field and they called it Citi Field. Sorry, that's a joke just for myself. That's a Wilpon era joke. It's really just the outside that looks like Ebbets Field. But yeah, I'd be in favor of that. Why the hell not? Let's go to Chris in Seacliff. Hey, Chris.
Hey, guys. E.T. Evan and Tiki.
What up?
Yes. What's up?
E.T. Call me up. All right. So, talking about the stadiums, my experience is that I've seen a lot of big corporations put their label on a stadium. And typically, once they do that, they go out of business. Enron, Conseco, 3M. Honestly, and even MetLife, they're still out there, but they don't sell insurance anymore. They're just a label.
I guess the question, though, Chris, would be, is it related? Is it like when you invest that money, it's such a waste, it causes that? Or is it just more coincidental that, hey, companies go out of business?
Yeah.
I mean, which one is it? Or is it a sign that you're a dumb company when you waste so much money putting your name on a stadium?
All right, so we were just talking about Seattle Stadium.
Yes.
Which was CenturyLink, and now it's Lumen.
Wasn't it Quest before that, too?
It was Quest, and it was CenturyLink. But CenturyLink is the old name for what is now Lumen.
Oh, okay. So that one wasn't even a name change more than it was the company change.
Yes.
I gotcha. Look, here's the thing. I don't care what companies do. They have every right to do it. It's fine. I'm actually a big proponent of New York City selling the naming rights of streets and bridges to raise money. Like, we're done honoring George Washington. He's great. He has a district. He has a state. Let's sell the naming rights to the George Washington Bridge. I'd rather do that than hand out like, hey, Mayor Koch, we're going to name the bridge after you. He's dead. It doesn't matter. Like, seriously. Let's name the, the Tappan Zee after Cuomo.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing? It's not necessary.
Well, last year we did have like Jalen Brunson Boulevard, if you remember.
That's right. That's right. But like, I would rather sell the naming rights.
Right.
Like, seriously, we don't need to honor a dead mayor.
Screw him. He's dead.
I mean, it's just unnecessary. No offense to the dead people. If that's too recent, I'll go with George Washington. And I love George Washington. I'm a big George Washington guy. He is the GOAT. But does he need a bridge? I mean, Abe Lincoln's the man, too.
Right.
Does he need a tunnel?
No.
Like, he's got other stuff.
Right.
So what about calling it the Apple something tunnel? Whatever company you want. With that said, I just don't like it flipping a lot. It needs to be like a lifetime deal. Like, you buy it forever, it costs you more money, and that's it. Because it's not fair to us as the consumers that you change it all the time. That's my overall point.
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, it was Quest, which then became CenturyLink, which then became Lumen. So it's all the same company.
It's all the same.
They didn't go out of business. They just kept changing names.
That's right. Tiki was just down the Seahawks Stadium rabbit hole.
There goes Tiki. There goes Tiki down the rabbit hole.
Quest with a W, by the way.
Stuck in the rabbit hole.
With a W?
Would be a time like the life.
All right, enough of your rabbit hole. When we come back, more of your phone calls, 888-808-1019. But two very important things. Another example or another edition of Idiots with Idioms. And also the World Baseball Classic. We'll get you set this weekend, including Paul Goldschmidt comparing it to the World Series. Evan and Tiki until the Carton Show with Craig Carton and the Bloody Sock at 2 o'clock.
I'm always on the grind and always on the go. So knowing my family is safe, especially when I'm not with them, is so important. So I turn to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman's ShieldLink system into my home. Smart home security system combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone, whether it's the cameras inside and outside, the garage door opening, the lighting, or doorbell cameras. But how about the music inside? It's easy, right from my phone. And the best part is that Sloman's engineers will design it exactly how you want it. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman ShieldLink system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
And this portion of the program is also sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery.
Yankees opening day is 19 days away. On your home for Bronx Bombers baseball, WFAN, New York.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books of Western One Sports. The Knicks play
play the Nuggets tonight in Denver, and I think somebody on the Knicks bench could end up playing a huge role. Landry Shamet has become the sixth man for the Knicks over the past 2 months since coming back from a 2-month injury absence, and it's clear that Mike Brown loves what he brings. And in 6 of the last 8 games, he's gone over his points total. A game in Denver is always tough with the altitude. You need your bench to give a spark. Landry Shamet continues to do it. Get us 10 points, Landry. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear. Extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup costs, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local deliveries, sign up today at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Brooklyn doesn't do quiet. We live loud. We play hard. Sunday, March 8th at 3 p.m., be there for Brooklyn FC's inaugural match. Professional soccer the Brooklyn way. Get your tickets now at brooklynfootballclub.com.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on 0 down payment, super low lease payments,
0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Declaration of Deal sales event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign, $51.98. Add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
Today's window seat is brought to you by Windorama. Save up to 40% during their winter warm-up sale. You know who's going in the window seat tonight? Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants as he toes the rubber in Game 1 of the United States' attempt to capture a world championship in the World Baseball Classic. That starts tonight at 8 o'clock. They are taking on Brazil. There's a bunch of games going on right now, which I have to be honest, we don't even have on. Which shows you that
you can't watch them unless you have Tubi.
Well, one of them's on FS2. Cuba,
FS2?
Panama's on FS2. The Tubi game is Netherlands against Venezuela. Mexico is playing Great Britain. And then later tonight, you've got Israel against the DR, Puerto Rico against Colombia. Not bad. And, of course, USA, Brazil. More on the WBC in just a few minutes, but every Friday, right around this time, we like to check in on all the misused idioms, not only on our show, but around this radio station in a little segment we like to call Idiots with Idioms.
Hey, you know what time it is? It's Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with Idioms.
Not to be in the spotlight. They're trying to stay below key.
What?
You might have some pneumonia things in your pocket. And wake up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gift, I guess. It's like a 9 cents.
Can't even believe it. So I was like, I got an idea. Lightning bolt struck my brain. No biggie. But deep breaths. 14 out of 4 in their last 18.
What?
You want Peralta because, he one-hitted the Mets.
Yeah, what a way to just foghorn in Jacob deGrom. Because I think everyone has Saquon. What's that phrase? HPCT? ACTT?
What?
Trouble sleeping lately.
If you agree with Met fans, that Piazza threw the bat willingly and knowingly at Mike Piazza.
Welcome to hell!
So I unequivocally want this man. Whatever.
Are you really that stupid?
And obviously the king poop-of Giant fans, Sean Morash.
Poop. Like we're not guessing whether or not we're going to be good or not.
They have a respectful organization now.
That's the story of my life. No respect.
To go on short rest as a free agent, which I just think adds like a strawberry to the top of this whole thing.
Strawberry fields.
What? I think he even used the whole scandal against him. What was that scandal called again? The body blow scandal?
You ever done anything dangerous?
Something that had been rumored for a while became sort of official. What? Because I remember coming into you.
It was like having sex. And yet those people show up with tambourines and skin flutes and...
What a waste of a good penis.
You get very angry at me there.
Well, because I hate that argument.
You borrowed your frown.
I hate that argument.
I'll turn you into a damn owl, homie.
We say dumb things from time to time. Some might say we say obtuse things.
Yeah.
Hammer-headed things. Dingleberry things.
Dingleberry? Poop. What's that thing that's on your back and you get
Monkey.
mad?
The monkey on the back?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Or he's felt like he's... Oh, no, chip. Chip on the shoulder.
Chip on your shoulder. That's what I was thinking of. Or the refrigerator on your back. No, it's not a refrigerator. The piano. The piano's on your back. Or maybe it is monkey on your back.
Monkey.
Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with idioms.
Shame on all of you.
Connor put that together?
Yeah, good
Connor,
job.
that was excellent.
I know, you've ruined it for Sean now because now Sean has to work harder.
Yes, now he has to find actual drops that are relevant to the idiom that
Got a little Rodney Dangerfield in there.
I'm telling you.
Very nice. One thing I've learned by listening to Idiots with Idioms over the last few weeks is that the guys after us are giving us a run for their money. Our money with these idioms.
They really are.
they spruce it up. And we mentioned the World Baseball Classic.
Did you say skin flute?
Yes. Oh, yes. No, he said that. He did say that. I also said I was doing something to you as well.
I know.
Said that as well. So tonight's the WBC. The way this works, because this is pool play, which you're probably more familiar with because I think they do this in the World Cup.
Yeah, this is soccer.
You're about to play every team in your pool.
Yes.
So the U.S. plays Brazil. The U.S. will play Mexico. Mm-hmm. The U.S. will play Great Britain.
Yes.
And then based on how they do in that pool play, they can advance to the quarterfinals, and that's when there's no margin for error. Right. You lose in the quarterfinals, you're done. Right. Semifinals, and obviously championships. So these games are important, but you could probably afford to lose one of them.
Right, you can survive if you lose because it's a point system. If you win, I forget what the points are. It's probably 3 and 1 or 3 and 0.
I think they just go by record, and then there's a bunch of tiebreakers.
Right, yeah, tiebreakers, etc. But I think ultimately, with Great Britain and Mexico and Brazil
and Italy,
and the U.S. and Italy.
So it's actually 4 games because there's 4 other teams in the group.
The U.S. should get out of quote unquote pool play.
Yeah, we should go 4-0.
Right, we should get out of this pretty easily.
Yes. Now Paul Goldschmidt is playing for Team USA, and tell me if this bothers you. I want to give you the audio because I think it's better than the black and white of just hearing it or reading it. Paul Goldschmidt was asked about what he is expecting this to feel like competing in the World Baseball Classic, and he made some comparisons.
Playoff or World Series type baseball. I haven't played in the World Series, but I can imagine it's pretty close. And talking with guys that have, it's pretty close. So it's definitely different. There's a lot of emotions, some different emotions where you're playing for your country, and it's different than just a regular season and even a postseason game. So it's a lot of fun. Almost elimination games almost every night. So the energy's great, and it'll be a lot of fun.
I got to defend
He's
Paul.
never played in a World Series.
He has never played in a World Series. Played for the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, and the Yankees. And he was here the year after, obviously, the Yankees went to the World Series.
I can understand why he would say playoff atmosphere because it does feel like if you lose, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, no, he's right about a lot of things. Like, let's keep this in perspective. As a fan, this is not the World Series. I want Team USA to win. If they don't, I'm not going to lose sleep.
Yeah.
Like tonight's game, I'm flying. Am I DVRing it and scoring it when I get to Florida? I am not. I would do that for a Met regular season game. So clearly I'm more into the Mets than I am Team USA. But where Paul Goldschmidt is right is that if you watch these games, if you choose to, the electricity in the building is not like a regular season game.
No.
And Tiki's right when he brings up, hey, there's a lot of pressure because if you lose, you could get eliminated.
Right.
So from that perspective, I think he's right. We have Mexico, Great Britain on right now, and Nacho Alvarez hit a home run for Mexico. He almost took his pants off rounding the bases.
I know. He was jumping up and down like this was the World Series.
And the crowd at Dyken Field was also going nuts.
Yes.
So Goldie's right. Like when you're in the building and you're a part of the emotion, it is going to sound greater than any regular season game, or at least most of them. So I get it.
Right.
So we just can't be offended when someone says that. It doesn't mean it's more important than a World Series, but it's going to feel that way in the heat of the action.
Yeah, that's what he was asked. Not, is this more important, but what does it feel like? It's not a regular season game. It's not a spring training game. because the crowd are intense.
Yeah.
And so we see this, especially once the DR and Puerto Rico and they start playing. That's when it really gets a little crazy.
I feel like we're faking it. Like when American fans are out there, like we're doing it because we think we have to, and we want to match the other fan bases. But at the end of the day, I would ask anyone who's in the ballpark, how much do you really care?
Right.
Like if they were screaming and yelling, flags everywhere, I'd be like,
Even Goldie kind of sounded like he's trying to sell it, but he doesn't really believe that either. Like, yeah, you know, it's like the World Series, you know? It's like, I don't know if I believe you.
I've never been there, but I guess it's big. Yeah, it is a cool event, though, and I look forward to watching it. And we better win. Because I'll tell you right now, if we don't win, we're going to rip everybody. No excuses. 888-808-1019. Let's go to Scott in Westchester. Hey, Scott.
Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
I got some WWE-related questions for you guys. One for you, Evan, one for you, Evan, and then one for the both of you.
Yes.
So, for you, Evan, with Seth Rollins returning at Elimination Chamber, what do you think is next for his character or persona? Maybe a change back to his old theme song and architect persona? And then for both of you, what's your all-time favorite match you ever saw on TV or in person?
My favorite match is Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. Pound for pound, best match I've ever seen. Do you even have a favorite match?
No. I couldn't even think of one.
Couldn't even pick one?
No. Huh. I mean, I used to watch, I'm the Coco Beware era.
Coco Beware was awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But I couldn't think of a specific match.
I got you. I will tell you, Scott, since you asked a wrestling question, I have a wrestling idea for WrestleMania, like a booking idea. Roman Reigns is fighting CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Tiki, and you should know this. You're friends with Punk.
Yes.
You guys work together.
We did.
And they're off to a great start. They're cutting promos on each other. It's fantastic. And so I think they got a great program going. But the question is, well, what happens at WrestleMania? Like, who wins? How do you book it? I've got the booking. And I think it's awesome, but I'm not sure if everyone else is going to like it. Roman's the good guy right now. Punk's sort of the good guy. But Punk keeps reminding Roman that he can't win without his cousins. He reminds him that Paul Heyman's no longer there. I think at WrestleMania, one by one, each of his cousins should come out, and we're not sure what they're going to do. And what they're going to eventually do is get in line behind Roman Reigns and help him win the title and reform the bloodline, where everyone knows they need to acknowledge their tribal chief. And at the very end, Paul Heyman even comes out as the architect of all of it. And WrestleMania closes with Roman in the center of the ring, a finger in the air, and every one of those bloodline members standing right behind him. That's how I would book the end of WrestleMania.
Will that be epic for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I love the bloodline, and I think the time is right to bring it all back.
When do you give up wrestling?
If I haven't yet, am I really ever?
No, you're probably right.
I'm a 42-year-old man, and I'm still giving you gimmick ideas, you know? Like, I think it's over. Like,
Right.
I think I'm just in forever. Let's go to Zach in Monroe, New Jersey. Hey, Zach.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure,
I
man.
just wanted to talk about somebody that I think the Giants fans should look out for. You know, I'm a Giants fan, so obviously I'm looking out for the team. But, you know, a lot of people are talking about Caleb Downs. If he's there at 5, I think Sonny Styles would be the pick. But in the second round, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Giants have pick 37 in the second round. They should really look at A.J. Halsey from LSU. I'm an LSU fan, so, you know, I got to see him a lot after transferring from Houston. I think he's a good player. He's a good tackler. He's a good hitter. He seems like a good kid. I watched some of his interviews on YouTube, so like I think he's somebody that Giants fans should look out for. They need the safety help too. Anyway,
Right.
Not too high on their safeties, so like I think like Tyler Newman's got to go. Javon Holland's just all right, and Dane Belton, he's just a solid player. So I think if they brought in somebody like Halsey, I think he could be kind of like an enforcer, which is what he was at LSU.
Yeah, I think is Belton a free agent? Is Dane? I think he might be a free agent. And Dane Belton he was good in a backup role. Yeah, he is a free agent, but he was good in a backup role, but not someone you want to start all the time. The thing with Tyler Newman is that you drafted him in the second round or third round. Yeah, no, second round last year, 2 years ago, and he had a great rookie season. So was it just a sophomore slump, or was there something else going on? But it doesn't mean that he's safe, you know, for his starting job. So you probably are going to look to upgrade, even if it's just for competition's sake.
We've heard a lot less about Caleb Downs over the last week or so, and this really bothered me. Coming out of the combine, there was a story that he had a degenerative knee.
Degenerative ACL.
Yeah, it's not true. It's BS. It was a fake story. And it was reported by somebody who I don't know, but his Twitter account starts with fake.
Right.
And yet it got repeated over and over and over again as if it was a real story. And I started to get fascinated by it because
it got real news.
Yeah,
it got real news coverage.
It got covered in a real way, but if you dive deep, which I eventually did, you see that it's not real.
Yeah.
So I even asked, think about this. I asked AI, is it true? This is the way it writes it, but listen carefully and you'll hear it's not true. Yes, the injury concerns for Caleb Downs, specifically the partially torn meniscus and potentially degenerative ACL, has been picked up and discussed by multiple sports outlets, NFL draft analysts, and users across social media platforms. The reports come from Corey Kinnan of Daft on Draft, who cited an NFC scout, but it's being echoed and analyzed elsewhere. And then it shows all the times it's being mentioned.
Right.
But it starts from a guy named Corey Kinnan of Daft on Draft, whose Twitter account starts with fake. Now, I don't know this Corey Kinnan, but if no one else is reporting this, it's not true, and it needs to be mentioned that it's not true, because if this kid gets damaged in the draft by a fake story, that's a problem.
I mean, it is but what would be the incentive for this Daft on Draft or whatever, whoever the account holder is? What would be the point?
You can ask
just
that.
To mess with the industry, just to mess with the draft status of this kid? It doesn't make any sense.
I think fake stories are put out there for God knows what reason. All I know is when you look closer at it, it's not true.
Right.
So I don't know how much this got repeated last week on the days I was off, and I thought it was real too, so don't get me wrong.
We didn't bring it up.
Good job by you. But I just want that clear. If anyone's heard that story about Caleb Downs, whose name has just been mentioned less lately, I'm not saying it's related to that, but that is a BS story until proven otherwise. Now, if Peter Schrager, who I trust, or Connor Hughes, or any of the insiders come out and say, hey, did my research, there's concern about Caleb, that's fine. I don't have his medicals.
Right.
But I don't know who the hell Corey Kinnan of Daft on Draft is, and I'm not sure why everyone else is trusting them.
Yeah, it happens every year in some capacity, whether it's he failed the, I don't know, IQ test or whatever it is. This happens all the time, and it's frustrating because it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Who was it? Not Jaden Daniels. Who was it that got a horrible...
On the Wonderlic?
It wasn't even the Wonderlic. It was some other personality test. It made no sense.
Oh, I remember
C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud, yeah.
Right, they tried to. It was like someone was intentionally trying to tank his draft.
That is wrong too. But it feels like when teams do it, they're doing it for their own selfish needs because they want the player. I don't know what this guy is.
Right.
All I know is until someone reputable comes out and says it, strike it from the record. So anyone who's heard that story, do your best to strike it from your brain.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. So this has recently come out. Apparently, Carson Wentz is Jets offensive coordinator Frank Reich's preferred option at QB per Connor Hughes. And agents who met with the Jets at the Combine believe the team prefers to sign 2 veteran quarterbacks in free agency.
If
Wentz.
If this turns out to be the case, where
Jet fans are not going to be happy with this.
No, and I'm going to be mad at the Jets for I like Frank Reich. But seriously, he's the GM now? He's the one who says, well, I like working with him, so let's bring him in.
I love the Jets.
No one wants Carson Wentz.
He was the break glass in case of emergency Vikings backup quarterback last year.
Yes.
Right, and he got hurt.
What's the upside of Carson Wentz?
Not a lot.
No,
he hasn't
thank
been
you.
a regular starter in a long time.
Now, as you know, I made the Evan Roberts big board of quarterbacks. You know where he's ranked?
Not.
No, he's ranked. I ranked everybody. 1 through 25.
He is
1 through 25, just to give you perspective.
24.
No, he's better than that. He's 19. Kirk Cousins is 18. So I actually have Cousins slightly above Carson Wentz. Yeah, the only quarterback.
Carson Wentz hasn't played consistently since 2021.
Yeah. He's always hurt. He's got injury problems, too.
Right.
Yeah. I have no interest in Carson Wentz.
And he's been on 4 different teams. No.
Yes.
So since Philly, he's been on a different team every year. Indy, Washington, Rams, Kansas City, Minnesota.
No gracias. No gracias.
5 different teams each of the last 5 years.
Just so you know.
That tells you all you need to know.
So for your knowledge on the Evan Roberts quarterback draft big board,
And he's 34.
Yeah, he's old. He's not even young. Anybody past the top 8, I'm really not interested in.
Right.
The top 8, there's a level of interest in.
Right.
Not saying I love him.
33. He's 33.
33?
Sorry.
He's still old.
Right.
By the way, today, I don't know why I did it. I kind of felt bad. I see Boomer, and he's like, hey, what's up, kid? And my response was like, I got mad. I'm like, what's up, old man? And he's like, old man? And I was like, yeah, I'm screwing around. He's like, look at the way you're walking with your bad back. You're the old man. And I was like, can't argue that.
Damn it, you got me.
I mean, Boomer's walking around spry and feeling good.
Right.
I'm limping around with my shoes off.
Right.
Like, trust me, I am the old man.
Extremely narpy.
Yeah.
Narby.
T is in Old Bridge. Hey, T.
What's up, guys? I got a new segment for you. I really enjoyed the Are You Kidding Me segment. I got a good one for you. Are you shilling me? Probably going to feature a lot of Big Mac and Tiki, but it's pretty good.
Welcome to hell. He said you too, Tiki.
I love it.
Yeah, Are You Shilling Me is an interesting segment. Because we're all
It's got to be all Yankee, though.
No,
It's
I
gotta
think
be
it's
all Yankee.
anytime you shill about the team you root for.
Yeah, I guess
so. I'd be on it a lot, too. You'll accuse me of it.
Yeah.
Watch this.
But you're mostly real about your team.
Okay, I think Luis Robert Jr. is going to have a big year this year.
Okay, but that's just you have no idea. You haven't. I think a shill is flipping the perception of something that's mostly perceived the opposite.
Gotcha. Okay, so having a
Right.
positive view wouldn't be
Yeah, it'd be like Bo Bichette is a Gold Glove third baseman. I've seen it. I know what the stats say, but he's a fantastic third baseman.
All right. Now, let me ask you this. So a couple weeks ago when we had that Bo Bichette highlight of him making the offline throw, I defended him and said, actually, the throw should have been caught.
That would be like a shill.
That would
That's like a shill moment.
I think I like this segment.
This could be interesting.
That's a good idea. Sometimes the best ones come from the listeners. Are you shilling me? So we've got Are You Kidding Me? And Are You Shilling Me? Let's go to Russ in Levittown. Hey, Russ.
Hey, guys. How are you? Thanks for taking my call. Tiki, 21 strong, always a giant.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. I was curious why, I know they have to trade him, but why wouldn't the Jets look out for somebody like David Mills, who would be your quarterback for the Jets, would have to be there at least a year, maybe a year and a half before you put the rookie in if they come next year. So you get a solid guy. He's productive. He's a vet to a point.
I'll tell you.
I think that would be the best thing for the Jets.
It's not a bad idea. He's still relatively young. He played well last year for C.J. Stroud. Here's where I think the issue is going to lie with Davis Mills.
Yeah, he was 3-0.
He was undefeated. Right. And there was talk. I remember we took calls about it that, hey, was there ever a thought to benching C.J. Stroud for Mills during the postseason? I think the problem you're going to run into is the Texans are not going to want to trade him. And they're going to value him as an important backup and say, okay, you want him, give us a first-round pick. Yeah. And I'm not giving up a first-round pick for Davis Mills. I'm not giving up a second-round pick for Davis Mills.
Right, they're going to overcharge for him.
Yeah, because when you're the Niners with Mac Jones, or the Texans with Davis Mills, or even the Eagles with Tanner McKee, even though they're your backup, they're valuable.
Right, and not necessarily starters. You don't view them as a starter, but you see the value in having them as your backup. It's no different than Tommy DeVito, who we just heard in one of these updates. Has got a 2-year deal with the New England Patriots. They value what he brings as a backup.
Yeah, I think it would take an overpay to get Davis Mills, but we'll see. And guess what? We're going to get more answers on Monday when we're here because the legal tampering period will begin at 12 noon. And also take your bets. Am I going to make it on time? I'm flying into Newark. I'm scheduled to land at 8:45 a.m. Will we get Solo Tiki at 10, or will I make it just in time? We will find out. Play the game at home. The Carton Show with Craig Carton and our buddy Big Mac, also known as the Bloody Sock, is coming up in just a few minutes. If you're down in Florida, stop by Das Beer Garden Saturday at 4 o'clock live. Rico, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Great job, Connor, this week. Great job, Rosie. We'll see you Monday. Goodbye.